Hello. All right. My brain is still like sludge after work today, which hopefully will not make this game go even longer than it needs to. Because I was looking at my VOD last time and I realized that the only thing that I really did last time I played, which was like 2 hours of playing, was get a button. And I feel like that was supposed to be a much shorter section than I made it out to be. But it is what it is. And I keep thinking that as soon as I've hit this like red section that like, oh, I'm almost done with the game, and I might be talking out of my ass today thinking that I'm almost done, so we'll see. We will see. But hello, if you have not been to my streams before this one, I'm playing a game called OneShot, which came out back in 2016. It is, I believe I would call it a point-and-click adventure. We're pretty much doing things you do in a point-and-click adventure. And we're guiding this little cat person named Niko through this world that he got dropped in all of a sudden, and he needs to go replace a broken sun with a light bulb. And the game is aware that it's a game to an extent, and I interact with Niko as like a godlike figure, and every time I close the game, Niko is aware of it in a weird way where it's like the world goes dark for just a second for Niko. Not for very long, just for like a second. But on my end, I haven't played this game in a week, I haven't opened it in a week. Niko doesn't know that. Niko just knows that every 3 hours, the world goes dark for a moment, and I am gone apparently. Which does not lead me to feel good about how unsure Niko is in this moment, so let's check up on him. What's going on? Hey, bud. Oh, Sema, let me know when you're back. I'm back. Don't worry. I don't know why this keeps happening. I'm sorry, bud. It's the way it goes. I wish I could. I mean, I guess the game provides a way for me to more comfortably transition Niko in and out of this. Because another mechanic this game has been doing... Wait. What is this? I've seen previously that there's been like a weird line across my palm on other models. I didn't realize it was on top of the skin. I will need to investigate that next time I feel like it in V-Ride. I don't know how I've not noticed this. Because I've seen this previously. I thought I've taken care of whatever this is. I think it's an issue with the... maybe the skin of the model? I don't know. I don't know what this is, but this is a note for me to take care of later. But not right now, because that would be a whole thing. Oh, but we're back. Right. Every time I open this game, I'm like, I use the mouse. I don't use the mouse. I'm done with this film. I don't think I need water anymore. I don't think any of these items I have currently I actually need. But yeah. I'm gonna get rid of this message in chat because it's not needed. I still need to look up and see if there's a way and mix it up if I can like have messages get deleted over time, like specific ones. Because I don't want to set chat up to like fade away after a period of time overall. I'm not a big fan of that look personally. But I would like it to get rid of the mod messages on quieter nights after a little bit, because I'm just like, I don't like it. But yeah, we are on the surface, is I believe what it's called, and we're looking for the library. We just got down here, so we got a lot to go. Okay. Okay. Sema, did you see what happened? I saw a cat. Yeah? My vision went blank for a second. And then I saw something. Like a really short dream. I wonder what that was about. I don't know. And that worries me. Notes on the wall. It's a faded flyer. Does it say anything? Any messages? Any images? It's a faded flyer. Oh, hello. A ram? A curious marking on the wall. It looks like a ram. I'm looking over and I'm like wondering, can I move my eyebrows up and down without like squinting my eyes? Because I had to restrict the eyebrow movements a bit in Hana tools, and I'm wondering if I overcorrected. Maybe the issue is the angry face is what is overcorrecting. That might be it. Because I had an issue previously where the eyebrows would like literally be going over the eye, which like, not an amazing look. But I never really did thorough testing after that, besides being happy that it wasn't doing that anymore. But the eyebrows still go up and down, but now it looks more like it's in tandem with the eye itself, which is would like more freedom if possible. Oh, we are immediately just so many directions. Let me see if there's anything else before I go into a building. Oh, there's stairs. Oh. Please do not approach. Oh, bud. Oh, God. Oh. That's so sad. Oh. Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, kid. Want some soup dumplings? They're guaranteed to contain only a minimal amount of industrial byproducts. I'll pass. I'd love a soup dumpling, though. Toast? This smells kind of nice. What is it? Breaded fish. I toasted the bread myself. I see. You know what? Fair. I'd be a little concerned about, like, I toasted this myself by shoving it inside of me. He's a little concerning. Hey, you got a little hat. Are you here for your photos? No? Alrighty then. I'll just stand here. Okay. I have a feeling that these are like I don't know if this game did a Kickstarter, but I imagine it did. I imagine this is like a Kickstarter section. The game that this developer group is currently working on had a section that was like, pay enough and you can have like an OC and or dog in the game with like your own like little lines and look and everything, which I thought about, but I did not go for because I forget if I don't know what my reason was, but I remember I was like, I had a concrete reason why I didn't go for it. Probably was just the amount was more than what I would have wanted to pay. There's a similar game, I guess, well, not similar at all, it was a completely different kind of game. Similar situation in a previous Kickstarter I did back in like December, where it was like, pay enough money and you get like your name and like a little altar made in this like area later in the game that I thought about and then completely backed out of right before I did the Kickstarter thing. So I was like, you know, I don't even know if I'll really actually play this game. And it's a lot of money for a thing that has limited slots anyway. This stand smells like a bit like burnt sugar. Yeah, I'm still getting the hang of making these fried candy skewers. They don't taste too bad though. You want one? It's okay, thank you. Ooh, water. Hey, hey! Ready for me to blow your mind? Sure. Okay, so I've invented a medicine to prepare everyone for the upcoming water shortage. I don't like where this is going at all. All you gotta do is dissolve one of these pills in water, and then you drink the water. And then you never need to drink water ever again. What? It also makes plants go faster. How does it work? Here, why don't you take a free sample? Oh, thanks. Don't thank me, go spread the word. We got something that I don't trust. Water pill, goes in water supposedly. I don't trust that. I don't trust you at all. Oh. Doors. Yeah, I don't trust that at all. We are only using that on plants. We are not putting that into our body. Wait a minute. Can't combine these, but you can. So, put the pill in the water. It dissolves really fast. Hey! Okay. Guess I'll carry this just in case I run into something I'm not thinking about. Ooh, thank you, Saribot, for banning the bot. Oh, hey! Oh, hey there. You, doing okay? Yep! What are you doing? Just filling these lamps here. It's taking a while. I think it might be leaking. Where is it going though? What are you putting into it? I'm also trying to take note, because I've been noticing in VODs I've been watching recently, my mouth flaps keep like not really going sometimes. And I'm assuming that's just because my face is not really moving significantly enough. And I just have to put more effort into it, just like with all my little animations, I have to be more mindful about moving and such. Just like any old VTubing. Now, where is this going? Oh! Little fox. Whoa! Sema, did you see that fox just now? Was it the one in the dream earlier? It just ran behind the tree. It did. It is the same. I knew it. I'm sorry if you're looking for me, but I cannot talk to you. Not now. But can you promise me something? Huh? If you can find a way to return, please do. What do you mean by that? No reply. Are you here? There's no one here. Interesting, okay. There's been several things I've done so far that happened or have continued to occur because I just so happened to do things I think were optional. So maybe it's in regards to that? Because this tube of water I only really have because I thought to go back and fill it up just in case if I needed more water for the corn. So I'm wondering if it's in regards to that, because I wouldn't have been able to dissolve this pill without it, that's for damn sure. Oh. There's some big plastic discs here. Looks like they're supposed to go in something? Wait, Sema, are we really gonna take these with us? But they look so heavy. Niko, your bag can hold whatever you need. You're fine. Alright. Yay! We have things. Hey, they're actually pretty light, I told you. Alright, let's see what these are. A thick lens and a convex lens. Okay, so we're... Oh my god, there's many of them. A delicately thin lens and a large lens curved inwards. We're making a camera? Maybe? I mean, that's what these things were before. A lantern plant. There's a note attached. It says, "Thank you for working so hard, Mr. Lamplighter." Oh. So the elevator guy? Culver, it's a big book. The title says, "Understanding Robots." Is it the same thing as the clover on our thing? Yeah. The big book. Can I combine? Let me see. I know. Big book. Okay, so there's no combining. There we go. Wait. It's a jar full of red glowing fluid. That's it? Big books. Ah, these are dictionaries. Some of the words are underlined. Most of the words are underlined. He's learning. Wait. Can I eat bees in this bed? A bed. The blanket has quite a few patches. Okay, so we can't. It is interesting that there's been, in theory, houses or rooms that have existed solely to provide, like, a resting place for Niko. It's interesting. Okay, I think I missed something. No, I did not. Okay. You were what I missed. Oh. It's strangely warm in this room. Kitties! Oh, that's so precious. Oh my goodness. Is she purring? Oh. It's your baby. I love you. Oh, my kitty Mimi was so cuddly today. Like, to the point that it was, like, annoying and getting in the way of me working, but also it's just so cute. Oh, a cat. Are you lost? This thing, avatar, I don't know, I forget what the term is for the face popping up in the box. The fact that it's looking straight at us is interesting. Me? Do you wish to join us? Join your cats? Yes. But I'm not a cat. I don't walk on four legs like they do. You have cat eyes. My eyes are normal people eyes. Well, normal back home. Your hat is shaped like a cat. But I'm just a person. You are still welcome here. I protect lost people as well. Thanks, but I'm not lost though. I've got someone to guide me. I see. Bye! Wait, I'm gonna pet the kitty one more time. Baby, you're just little potatoes. I love you, Baba Beanos. Okay, so I have no idea what the RAM is for still, but I will need to keep it in mind. I feel like I've probably missed stuff previously because I have not really been aiming to 100% this game. I've mostly been aiming to just get through this game, which is two different things. Okay, did I do everything back here? I hit a wall. Wait, did I? Let me check. There we go. I was like, I didn't do something. This is ominous. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. I know where that one path led, so I'm gonna check that first. Dinner time for Mimi. Oh, she taking it slow. She's stretching to her food dish. Ooh. Ooh. Not scary music. Does this imply good things? Hello? Hello? What does this mean? Just a minute. I'm trying to figure out where you are. It looks like I can unlock this door. Where am I? Is this where I went up initially? Okay, okay. So this is a loop. We've established the loop, in theory. I'm gonna keep going to the... There's literally 2 steps. Hi, robot. Evening news, evening news. Are you here to purchase a copy? No? Newspapers are for grown-ups. Grown-ups? Yeah! What does that mean? It means people who aren't kids. Kids? Aren't you a kid? I'm a robot. Right. Alright, we don't get any news. Fuck me, I guess. Where do you go? Oh, little guy. Hello, person. The library is up ahead. Thanks! I didn't mean to enter. I want to see this haggard person first. When the world ends, would it be better if it was gone in an instant, or slowly fading away? To be honest, I'd rather the former. That's gonna now be inside of Niko's mind every time the world goes black. I don't know, I think that would be an interesting question. And I feel like this is gonna get really real fast, but I feel like you could take that same question and format it to just in general, like, when you die, would you rather just be gone? Would you rather just be dead? Or would you rather, like, to have awareness that it's going to happen, but to be, like, slower, so you don't necessarily have control over the moment, but you know it's happening, you can make your peace with it, maybe, or panic. I don't know. I feel like I would like to be aware and be able to have that, like, closure as it's happening. But I mean also, like, if it's quick, you don't have to think about it. It just happens. You don't have to worry. It just occurs. But I don't know. Shit you think about. Now, shit I have to think about nowadays. Well, you look like an anime protagonist. Not really antagonist. Protagonist. The Deuteronomus? Whatever the companion type character is to the protagonist, who's like the Kaoru of Evangelion. What? Huh? I didn't say anything. Well, stop staring at me then. I was just looking at your book. Yes, you are in a library. There's books in the library. Go bug the chatty one upstairs. Well, let me read this thing next to you first. A photo of some people. Oh, it's little guy. The author's books cover a wide range of topics. It seems like there's no subjects he does not write about. Quite the Renaissance man, don't you think? I guess so. But he's been focusing on documenting the world as of late. Oh! They say this city is the last bastion of civilization. Soon, these books may be the only thing we remember the rest of the world by. Ah. Well, that's a bit much. Are you the chatty one upstairs? Can I go past you? I cannot. Oh, hello. Do you need directions? Let's see. This area here is the most historical account, mostly historical accounts. The reference section is downstairs, and I'm not sure where the children's section is. Sorry. It's okay. I'm not really looking for books. Oh, are you here to look for the author, then? No? Oh, that's good. I mean, that means you won't be disappointed. I've been volunteering here for months, and I've never seen him. Not even once. He works together with the head librarian on publishing, so you'd think he would at least show up and every once in a while. But he doesn't? Yeah. He seems kind of reclusive? Which is weird for a guy who supposedly travels the world. Maybe it's just around people. Okay. I forget what we're looking for here. I know we're looking for something. I don't know what it is. Ooh, that's a guy and a half. Need more photos? It's a plaque. More robots. Guess I might as well chat with these guys. Just in case. Hello, person. Hi! Reshelving in progress. Please watch out for potential falling books. I will. Alright, so nothing. You look like you watch. The author is so cool! I heard he can travel all over the world with a flying machine. That's how he gathers material for his books. Wow! I feel like that's a lie. Either a lie or it's gonna be underwhelming. What are you doing to that book? Don't worry, these are my own books that I wrote. I just pulled them off the shelves and modified them. I have to cross out some sections. Most sections. Huh? How come? Because otherwise they'll think I copied him. Him? The author. I mean, I don't really see the point of writing anything anymore. The author is just gonna write about the same thing, and then everyone will love it. And nobody's gonna remember the books that came out before his. Oh, I mean, I ain't hating. I can see why people go nuts over his stuff. The guy's got major talent. But it just hurts, you know? It's never fun when people call you a copycat for something you wrote out first. I can see that. People call me a cat all the time. Even though I'm a person, and cats are pets. And mousers. I sure hope people don't think I eat mice. Then I guess we're in the same boat, kiddo. I at first thought that was going to be a silly conversation, and then that became very real. I hope they get recognized for something as being theirs first. Book club! More clovers. The author publishes books at a highly accelerated, almost inhuman pace. In fact, he has put out more books in 1 year than most authors do in a lifetime. According to the head librarian, there's still a large amount of material he has written, but not yet published. One cannot help but to wonder where he can get so much done in so little time. We have a couple options. 1, this guy wrote stuff in the past and they're just getting through a catalog of stuff that was like done over years. 2, this is an Aaron Hunter situation and there's multiple authors all working at once. 3, AI, but this game was made years ago and I don't think it's a commentary on that. Or 4, it's a sort of accidental allusion to that, in that these are just stories that someone has gathered from other authors over time and is repackaging them under the same umbrella, which would be a dick move, but could be possible. I did the calculations and the numbers simply do not add up. Maybe he can stop time. Okay, that's a 5th option. I don't believe in it, but it's a 5th option. No such mechanism exists in this world. Is that actually possible in your home dimension? Nah, I just saw it in a movie once. About superheroes and stuff. So, what do you think about the author? I don't know. Have you read his stuff yet? I just got here. If not, you should. The author's latest book is really something, yeah? The head librarian just released a bunch last week. Oh? They're big compendiums. You'll see them if you look around. Kinda different from his earlier work, though. I'm used to reading his travel logs and novels, mostly. It's these shiny books? A big book with a black cover on the cover. The title says Emergency of New Ecological Niches in a Post-Sun World. Ooh! Phosphor shrimp, also known as seed shrimp in certain vernaculars, due to the shape of their transparent coat, these aquatic invertebrates are the most abundant life form in the ocean surrounding the barrens. Dorsal phosphor glands. Common firefly, abdominal phosphor organ. It's a lot of phosphor specifically. A nocturnal beetle with a vibrant glow, sometimes captured in mass and put in jars to be used as living lamps by the Glen's residents. This has inspired the now common practice of using phosphor shrimps to do the same. It's also possible that this guy just writes really small books. Like an R.L. Stine thing where he just like chugs through small books really quickly. Absolutely no hate to R.L. Stine. Adore Goosebumps. Baby's first interaction with horror medium as a child. You're going through those pages pretty fast. Actually, it's mostly pictures. Huh? Yeah, the author doesn't only write books, he also illustrates them. Sometimes he makes books out of only pictures. Neat! Interesting. Can I get through here? I'm not stuck, am I? There we go. Let me check out this one. A big book with a black clover on the cover. The title says, A Comprehensive Guide to Phosphors. As a general rule, if a phosphor loses its glow entirely, it cannot be relit unless exposed to the sun. If the phosphor is merely dimmed, it may be possible to boost it through exposure to another phosphor of higher energy. But even so, the boosted phosphor will never return to its original brightness. Chapter 5, A Survey of Phosphors Found in the Natural World. Ooh, okay. Blue phosphors in the barrens. Out of the common phosphors, blue phosphor is of moderate levels of energy. It can exist in both organic and mineral forms. The mineral form is most commonly found in the metallic sands of the barrens. The organic form is most commonly found in phosphor shrimp and their excretions. Although the light emission of blue phosphor is powerful, it has what I would describe as self-conserving properties. That is to say, the glow may not be constant. Most forms of blue phosphor will stop glowing if left undisturbed for long periods of time. If using blue phosphor to power machines, a motor should be set at a baseline level of activity to ensure constant agitation of the phosphor. Alternatively, live phosphor shrimp can be used. Green phosphor. I need to moisten my throat. I'm speaking a lot today. Out of the 3 common phosphors, green phosphor is of the highest energy. That's the Glen, yeah. It is also the rarest of the common phosphors, as it can only be found in organic form, which makes sense, it's a swampy area, Glen. Known sources include the sap of phosphor trees, fireflies, and various mosses. Although this phosphor is present in the ubiquitous ground-covering moss in the Glen, it is only in minute amounts and almost impossible to concentrate. Green phosphor is ideal for industrial use. However, due to its relative scarcity and past overharvesting, there is currently no reliable source. Thankfully, at least locals of the Glen still have enough to get by. So okay, so y'all poached the area and then left it alone. That's fun. That explains why the Barrens probably got to its point, because it just became a mining operation and the Glens was like, we're just gonna take everything that we can, and then it seems like this is no longer profitable, we'll just let you die out. Red phosphor. No one's talked about this yet, I think. Out of the common phosphors, red phosphor is of the lowest energy. It exists exclusively in mineral form. It can only give light when in solution. The diluted red phosphor, abundant in the city's water channels, can be concentrated and induced with currents. This can create an artificial high-energy state with great luminosity. One major caveat is that the phosphor in this supersaturated solution will precipitate out rather quickly. As soon as the phosphor recrystallizes, it loses its glow permanently. If using supersaturated red phosphor as a power source, make sure there are proper facilities or services that can replace it frequently. Okay. So all of this red is probably getting replaced a lot. Is there anything over here? Yes, you. I've already spoken to you. Is my bloom on today? Let me double check, actually. I don't know if the bloom effect is on me currently. I feel like I might have accidentally turned that off. Bloom. Okay, it's on. It's just... yeah. It's just gentle. I wasn't sure. I'm currently working on a separate model right now in Vroid, and it's looking kind of pale, and I'm directly pulling colors from my reference art as well. And I'm wondering if it's just a Vroid thing where they just kind of gravitate towards a pale complexion. So I'm wondering if the bloom that I have just set up in VC Face would be good for that. But I don't know how soon this model's going to be done. I started working on it over the weekend and got decent ways. I got the face all done, like structured, textured, played around with the facial expressions, though I haven't thrown it into Hana Tool, so I don't know if it's like all balanced out. And I got the bangs like all done up into, like, I haven't done the animation bones yet, but that's there. In theory, if I get just the back of the hair done, I can, like, I want to make custom clothing for it, but if I don't want to, and I just want to work with it as is, I can just throw just like a generic outfit onto it, and test it. But I'm in no rush to get it done, so I want to try to do clothes. I've been hesitant to make clothes in VC Face and to make hair. We're trying now. We're trying finally. Oh, this guy looks like a nerd. Excuse me. Oh. Just straight up. He's got a little bow tie. Or it looks like a bow tie. It might just be his thing. You are the Messiah. Welcome. When I first entered the city, a big robot told me to look for a library on the surface. This is the same library, right? Affirmative. Oh, goody. Well, we're here. What do we do now? The big robot only said there'd be clues here. That is a question for the head librarian, George. Allow me to call her. Your name is George? You do you, but that's an interesting name for she, her. You gonna pick up, George? Can I leave? No, I'm stuck here. She is not picking up. Is she not there? Here? She's here. She's in the archival room upstairs. When she is concentrating on her work, she will ignore any and all phone calls. Why didn't you say that before? For several days. Yikes. Can you go get her in person then? Leaving this post is not in my programming. Then can I go myself? Of course. The archival room is accessible through the stairwell behind me. Gotcha, thanks. I'm gonna go talk to people though. My third cup. Hi Anya, hello. We just talked to a robot who's a nerd. This bitch is on his third cup of coffee. How has your day been today? How has Monday treated you? I'm lurking while I study for my exam tomorrow. Oh, good luck. What is the topic of the exam? I feel like if I just say marine stuff, I'll probably be close. Robot nerds, my beloved. Yeah, this robot has glasses and a bow tie shape. Statistics, sadly. Oh. I did fine in most of my college classes. I did horrible in statistics, and I hated every moment of it. I had an 8 a.m. class for statistics. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Bad time. I hope you do better than I did. I can't feel my limbs. But I have to stay awake. Also, the avatar outfit is cute. Thank you! This is one of the first outfits I think that I used for the Vroid model. I haven't busted out in a while though. It's very cute. I love all the little lace features. I need to find out how this book ends. Oh no. Curse the author and his beautiful cliffhangers. The very first book that I stayed up and read through the night is still one of my favorites, Dr. Franklin's Island. I'm tempted to reread it again. I feel like I reread it every 5 or 6 years, and I'm like, I still love it. Hilariously, it's in first person perspective too, which was not something I realized until a few years after I initially read it, but it does first person perspective very well. Also, hilariously, the person, the character who's the main character goes by the nickname Semi, which is very funny. I feel okay about the exam. Thankfully, my professor is awesome. Brain is just offline tonight. What's the book called again? Dr. Franklin's Island. Has nothing to do with Frankenstein. That is another book I do love, but it's like a science fiction thriller. I don't really know how to categorize it because it's got intense body horror elements, but in a slow, it's weird. It's a very weird book that I really like. It's just good. It scratched an itch that I had when I was in middle school, and I just adore it still. Frankenstein is one of my absolute favorites. Yeah, it's good. But yeah, it's narrative and execution unrelated to Dr. Franklin's Island. It gets compared to, God, what is it called? There's the book about the guy who has an island that's just covered in these weird hybrid animals. It's something paradise. I know it's a book that's well known. Dr. Franklin's Island, not a well-known book. The one that it gets compared to, though, pretty well known. It's more similar to that, which I don't recall the name of. but it's like kind of inspired from what I think I've read of like the Q&A. Also, it's got hella sapphic themes in a way, which was not intended by the author, but she like acknowledged it even back when she wrote it, like, God, in like the early 2000s. And she was chill about it too, which is hilarious that it was just a book I really loved, but I didn't pick up on those notes until I reread it, and I was like, oh, this is gay. This is very gay and sapphic and horrifying. Unauthorized entry. Library card required for further access. Wait, what? Library card required for further access. I don't have a library card though. I'm not a citizen. Where can I get one? This is a question with head librarian George. I have to go to the archive. Allow me to go. Gotta wait for this bitch to not get picked up. I'm gonna call you Tiny George. I feel you, cat. Do I have... I don't have a button for angry face to force that expression, but I can do this. I can also attempt to put my tongue out. It's easier to do this. I stick my tongue out at you. Wait, I can do the thing. I stick my thumb out at you. Meh. The Island of Dr. Moreau. That's it. Yes. It gets compared to that. From what I remember, because I've never read that book, but it's got this similar vibe where it's like on an island, weird scientists, weird creatures, but like the main characters are like teenagers. So it's a much different thing. But yeah, it's very good. I like it a lot. I think I have it. Let me see. I've read neither. That sounds right, my alley. It's like horror sci-fi, but like not in a jump scary way, more in a like kind of fucked up introspective way. My bookcase is right here. Let me see if it's in there. Are you there, my beloved? Yes. Ooh. It is next to another favorite as well. This is not my original copy though. This is one I purchased some years ago when I no longer had my original copy that I'd accidentally stolen from the school library. It is... How long is it? Wait, does one have other books? I bet she does. Anna Holland. Let me see how long it is. There's a coda? Wait a second. Book is 245 pages long, but it's like not a lot of text per page, so it's like I read it in like a day as a middle schooler. It's not a long read. Oh, it's like if you've read Maximum Ride, you'll like this, I think. Completely different author than that Patterson guy or whoever wrote Maximum Ride, but it's like a different kind of like fucked up and like sciencey. Oh, you'll really like it because it's got fish. There's a big fish aspect. Marine biology, there's some aspect of that in it. Got some sea pancakes. I haven't read Maximum Ride. I was an HP and Dragon Kid. Oh, that immediately put into perspective. I was like, I read most of Harry Potter when I was younger, but I was like, the fiction that I wrote was a lot of sci-fi stuff, and always in like the just like random shit from the library. Like I read The Gone. I think I tried to read Aragorn. Here was the thing. As much as I enjoy like the concept of fantasy stuff, I rarely read fantasy books as a kid. I read a lot of sci-fi. Like whenever I think back on like what I read or what I liked, it was always sci-fi. Like one of my other favorite books for as a kid, the Transl Saga, is a sci-fi time travel book. Adored that. There was something called like the City of Copper. I never finished it, but I really liked it. I was always got like sucked into sci-fi, and whenever I read fantasy, I always got very bored very quickly, because it would always get like, here's the history of these things, and here's these big names, and I was like, stop giving me big names that I can't remember. Give me somebody whose name is like Todd, and he does a thing. I'm opposite. Love sci-fi, was for fantasy. Yeah, we were on the opposite spectrums of the shit that we gravitate towards as kids, I think. DT time. Hello, Hermes. We're talking about books that we read as kids. I'm trying to shill Dr. Franklin's Island onto another person yet again. This channel one of these days is just gonna turn into a propaganda session for me to be like, y'all need to read Dr. Franklin's Island because it's so good. I can give you so many books. Give the books. We are determining that I was a sci-fi kid and Anya was a fantasy kid, and so I keep trying to explain concepts about this Dr. Franklin Islands book, and I keep using words. I keep using books that they have not read. Currently reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. That's a name and a half. That's the kind of names I needed to be exposed to as a kid in fantasy. I got overwhelmed by names that were just nonsensical in fantasy. I'm also waiting for this robot who's a nerd to realize he can't actually call somebody. God, the faces Niko does. Incredible. She's not picking up. I figured. Are you sure you can't just let me through? Letting you through without a library card is against my programming. Even in an emergency? My programming is not flexible. I can beat you up. Niko, go kick this robot. I have not been tamed. Backing up. Gotta go find how to make a library card. Earth got chosen to be on the new intergalactic show Dungeon Crawler World. The current plan of the season gets turned into an 18-level dungeon, and you gotta go level to level, try and beat it. On book 2, which is what? Oh god, is it like a Sanderson book where it's like 18 things long? Did you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Hilariously, no. Never seen the movie either. I've only just like heard it referenced for years. It's only 7 books. Okay, that's more reasonable. I like... A big reason why I never read, like, Wheel of Time is just because I know that I'm just not super fond of the way writing can get in fantasy books, and I know how long it is. So I've just been like, we're not touching that. We're not doing it. I can't do it. A fantasy book that I read as a kid that I ended up only reading the first book and not the second. It was called like The Snow Spider, and I liked it, but for the entirety of the book, I thought one of the characters was an old woman, and then it turned out, in the second book, it was further clarified that the character was not an old woman, she was a young girl, and I was so thrown off by that fact, I stopped reading it, because I was so just thrown, because I was like, how did I not notice it was not a child? How did I notice it was not a child? But no. I read about half of the book and watched the movie. I used to have such a terrible tendency to not finish books, but it's very good. Which one? What did you give up on? Because I have that too. I'm still trying to finish reading This Is How You Lose a Time War. Hitchhikers. Gotcha. But yeah, I'm in the midst of reading This Is How You Lose a Time War. I really like it. I just have to pick it up again and read it. And I have multiple projects on my plate right now that I personally just want to do when they're not like actually like time sensitive. But I know if I lose motivation, I'll stop in the middle of them, and I don't want to do that. But I do want to finish this book. I don't want to give up on it. And I've got that other book that we made the deal about Hermes that I read and you listen to Malevolent, which I'm also behind on multiple months. Just the whole thing. I gotta read it. I'm just so bad at reading books. Okay, I'm gonna let the ad break run real quick. Yeah, ad's gonna start in about a minute, and we're gonna let that run. Before I forget, because I don't know how easy it's gonna be to get this, whatever it's called, library card. My dad's been trying to get me to read Dune, but I know it's just totally world building. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't think I'd be able to. I like it when stories are like focused on like characters. I like character studies and things like that. I'm not a big fan of like, here's the world and here's all these things and here's everything works. It's like, I don't like that as much. Give me these things. This is probably why I ended up being a theater major. It's all about character stuff. But yeah. Ad time. I'm gonna go grab a snack while the ad happens. So y'all get to go to be right back screen. Where's my things? Yes. Ads hasn't started yet, so I don't trust. I'm just gonna force the ad to happen. I'll be back in a few minutes. Nah. I want Taco Bell really bad. I've more than enough food in my fridge right now, but I got like a hankering for Taco Bell real bad. Honestly, I might... Well, actually, how bright is it outside? Well, depending on how long I keep streaming, I might just have to drive if I end up going. What's my Taco Bell go-to? Okay. The beefy cheesy burrito, the thing that like used to be on the value menu, but as they got like made it a little bigger, it made it like $2-3. And then a Baja Blast freeze specifically, not the normal one. Just the drink is, I'm just like, no, has to be the freeze. It's the slushy texture with the flavor I'm a big fan of. But we get those burritos, and then occasionally I will also get one of the like potato tacos, a soft potato taco. And what I will do if I'm ordering it online or like off the tablet, I will add ground beef to it, so it's got a little more substance to it. It's very good, incredibly good. Though something I've done once, because it got pitched to me very hard by several coworkers, is getting the like crunch wrap, and specifically getting it off the app, because you can get that and like a few more things for like $7 off the app specifically. You get the black bean crunch wrap, so there's no meat, and then you get the like spicy seasoned potatoes on that as well. Also very good. I tried it once and I was quite pleased, and I don't really have crunch wraps very often. But yeah, the potatoes just make everything better. It's so good. But yeah, those are my go-tos. I will also sometimes get a cheese quesadilla, but I will have them add the ground beef to it, because I don't like the texture of the steak, but I like the ground beef. I don't know why they don't just sell that as an option, but I get it. It's good. I like the beef at Taco Bell. It's slurpable. Like the chicken quesadilla. I feel like I used to have that one years ago, and then I stopped getting it because I started getting the steak one. And then when I was an adult and I had a more rational mind about me, I started adding ground beef to the cheese, because I was like, I know what I want, and it's the ground beef on the quesadilla. The only reason why I don't get the quesadilla anymore is because it's too expensive for what it is. It's like $6 for just the quesadilla? No, that's highway robbery. No, we're not doing that. It's so little food for what it is, and you can get multiple hefty burritos for like $2-3 a pop. So we're not doing that anymore. We're practicing self-care, and we're not doing that anymore. And in theory, I can just make it at home if I get some cheap ass cheese and decide to make the little like sauce that they have. That's quite good. But yeah, I like Taco Bell a lot. It's good. It's quite good. I like it. It's one of the few fast food places that I still go to like once every few months. And I've never had like digestive issues as a result of Taco Bell. I've never understood the like stereotype of like, oh, Taco Bell, you're gonna shit really bad afterwards. As someone who does shit bad a lot, Taco Bell has never been the reason for it. So I don't know what people are on about. Did I interact with this? Coffee machine, it is only almost empty. Okay. The one time I tried to order a chicken burrito and they gave me beef, and I found out by biting into it. Ugh, that's awful. Now I'm scared of order burritos and tacos there. That's fair. That is not a fun jump scare. That is... I don't know if it's better or worse than when it's like a calzone. I feel like a calzone is probably worse because there's more that goes into making that. But yeah, that's not a fun surprise. I need to actually tweak my... There we go. I had the wrong panel open in my OBS. Okay, so I need to find the library. I need to find... Can I talk to you and get a library card? So I'm guessing you don't give out library cards. I only handle book transactions. People who already possess cards. Ah. To acquire a card, you need to contact George. Okay. Don't. Okay. I'm not trapped in this bit. Can I steal one of your library cards? Couple books. Seeing a superhero in this world. Robots. Plausible powers. Okay. Thank you for checking in. Maybe the woman... There's a chatty woman I spoke to down here that might be able to help. Do you know I can get a library card? I mean, I don't think many people have ever seen him in person, or know what he looks like. Everyone's heard of him through a secondhand accounts, though. Oh, but he did reply to my letter that one time. I got it framed immediately. Nice. You seem like a dick, so you might have it. He just glared at me. I don't think I should bother him, Sema. I think you should. I think you should bother him. I guess why the library is always so packed. It's a slow day. Ba-da-da-da-da. Y'all are not gonna help. I'm feeling like maybe I need to get a library card somewhere else? You, do you have anything? No. Small pile of books. Tall pile of books. Well, I think I changed at least half of a book's worth of content. And even then, it's still too similar. Looks like I just have to accept my fate. Well, I guess being called a cat isn't all that bad. As long as people don't assume you eat mice. Okay. I'm going to assume I either A, have to kill him, which doesn't seem likely for this game, or B, it's somewhere else. Because none of these computers are on. And there's other areas to inspect, so I'm assuming I just am not supposed to be here yet. Don't turn the child into a murderer. Listen! I'm not proficient in point-and-click adventures, so my patience for the wackiness of them is much lesser than other people may have. If I gotta turn this child into a robot murderer, I will. Also, the guy can't stop me. He can't leave. He's not tamed. He can't do that. So if I want to throttle him, I can. And there was a spooky direction I could have gone anyway. So someone's... This room exists. And I think what to do. The banging stops when I'm in here. Which means... What? What is this book? Found in the Barrens. It's written in an unknown language. Maybe I need to show this to somebody in the library. I'll hold this for now, just in case, but I'll keep that in mind. Maybe somebody... Delta's snuggling a bra. She's like chirping to... Oh, she's so cozy. She's the coziest little bean. I'm realizing that no one's been banging any walls. I'm stepping on the metal. The sound effects in this game are really good, but they're to such like a degree of like good realism that I keep thinking it's other things or getting startled by it. Cause that sounds like somebody banging on something. It doesn't sound like stepping, but it's the right material. It's metal. Something's hitting metal repeatedly, but it's my little feetsies. My little feetsies are banging on it. Okay. Oh no. So something was weird over here, which means I need to investigate it. But Delta's the perfect little kitty. She's so happy. Is this a similar layout to the library? Like the little tip-taps of the material Niko stepping on stone? I think so. It's like concrete. This is a robot making facility? It may help you to go one color at a time. Management. Beep boop. This is the printer room where machine parts are made. Also, robots. Okay. It can also help to write down previous attempts. Management. If all else fails, wait for the puzzle to reset. Maybe you'll get an easier one next time. It's a big metal box with a lot of machinery inside. This one has a robot in it. Okay, so somebody's trying something. Not here. Person, what's up? The luminance index of liquid red phosphor decreased by a factor of 3.57 this past week. Alarming, to say the least. That's the sharpest decline I've seen. The number is only increasing. We will have to further concentrate the phosphor now for it to be of any use. It's hard to believe, but there's a good chance the city could run out of light in as little as 6 months. What are we going to do? I'm assuming I can't talk to you. Bunch of words on a screen. I don't understand any of it. If the city runs out of light, well, I don't want to think about what happens then. Anything of use in here? You are guarding a door. Can I use it? In order to gain further access to the labs, you must pass a security system test. You must change the color of the lights into a specific configuration. Allow me. Okay. There's 4 options. Okay. So there's gonna be something at some point that will communicate to me, hence. Oh! Just one continuous building? It is! Okay. May help you to go one color at a time. Also help write down. So literally it's just saying just keep trying. An easier one next time. I'm trying to think, what color patterns have I seen so far that coordinate with this? I don't think I've seen anything so far. Let me just see if pulling this lever. Oh.
Nice.
Thank you for the hydrate, redeem. Get my wah-wah in. 2 colors. Okay. 9 tries left. Oh god. So 2 colors are right. 0 right. Okay. That pinned down a lot of stuff immediately. 1 is right. Okay. I'm just gonna reset when this is done. 1 is right. Oh, so it's both of the outsides. Gotcha, gotcha. Uh-oh, what happens if we run out of tries? My guess is just gonna fully reset. This game has been pretty forgiving in terms of, like, failing or whatever. Okay, so 2 are right. 2 are right, and none of these ones are green. So let's try these being green. Three are right, okay. I'm going to guess the red is correct, and I'm gonna make these 2 yellow. 3 are correct. So... okay. Let's make all of these red. Yeah! We did it! I bet I bypassed something I was supposed to find. There's a computer out there that's mad that it didn't get to be cryptic at me. Let's fucking go. I'm glad that my tactic immediately worked. Okay, you look stressed. You okay? My robot! What happened? I don't know. I left for a minute and... what am I gonna do? Fuck, I don't know, man. That looks scary. I'm just gonna leave you be. I can't go down. Sorry for your loss, man. Let's go to the right. As always, check the perimeter. This area has one layout. Alright, let's start with the left and go in. Because I'm assuming it's one building. What is this area? Monitoring, monitoring. Those square particles just took out 2 of my robots in the glen. We might have to put off the water analysis project for now. Same vibes of Brennan brute forcing that through that one combination lock puzzle in the escape room. I still need to watch that episode. I haven't yet, and that is a big mood. There was, God, we did an escape room in like a group trip a few months ago, and there was definitely a puzzle that like we got like the numbers for, and we were definitely supposed to do like another step to figure out the order the numbers were for, and I just went no. I just stuck them into the lock and like 2 tries got the right thing. I have good luck in these kinds of puzzles where it's like I have a good instinct of like where things kind of are wanting to go or what the layout is trying to be. I don't know why, but it's always funny when I'm like, haha, I got it based off of nothing. Oh, I can't go past here. I'm picking up some more disturbances in Sector 8 of the city. This is consistent with the earlier findings. Not good at all. The Baron's engineer just reported another sighting of the particles in the cliff area. Well, nothing unusual at this point. I've never done an escape room, but I want to. We need to do a group trip and take you to one. I've only done one so far as well, and had a delightful time. My thing is I feel like I need a smaller group of people so that we have like, not so much as like, don't want more people to come, but more that I want more puzzle to work with. And unfortunately, when you bring a lot of people, you can be very efficient, but that means that less people get to do things. I want more puzzle. The new Professor Layton game is coming out sometime next year, and I'm like, puzzle, puzzle, puzzle. I'm very excited. But yes, I've done Run Escape Room, and I was immediately like, yes! Kelly offered to pick me up on the way to DashCon. Yeah! I feel like we can find an escape room in Canada. I still need to actually like look up details about all that, because I got my passport updated last year, so that's good. But I need to like actually look at when things are happening to, in theory, start like planning time off from work. So I need to save up time because I've got like 66 hours, I think, right now built up. And I don't know how much time it would take off for that, but probably around a week if we're trying to turn it into a group trip beyond just going to DashCon 2. There's going to be one in Toronto, one New York right across the border, July. Okay, so it is around 4th of July. Yeah, that's viable. I wonder what the author would do in this situation. Dr. Silverpoint usually references his work. Silverpoint. The robot was named Silver. Are we gonna see the exact same character model, but they're just like, this one's human now? None of us have been sleeping very well in light of recent events. Square Particles took out a few of my robots last week, and... oh, she fell asleep. Honestly, get your Z's, girl. I can barely keep my eyes open, man. How does Dr. Silverpoint get all that energy? Here's my curiosity, though. Back to DashCon for a moment. Is it really just gonna be one day? I'm curious, because I know like the whole planning of it was very like off the cuff, at least for like the secondary one, and it's not the same people, it's different. I'm curious what the plan is for that. I don't know what. Gotta wait until I know if, where I'm going to grad school and organize the whole moving thing before commit. That's fair. That's very fair. I hate trying to do like trip planning when I have no idea where I'm going to be during that time period. Like when I did the July trip, even beforehand, I was like, I think I want to move before then, but I don't want to like immediately move and then go on a trip and Mimi's like still adjusting to a new place. Which thankfully, I had been there for at least like a month before that whole thing, so it was fine, but it's just trip planning's a lot. I looked at the website last night and it really looks like just one day. They said they will have a ball pit. I really hope that it doesn't end up being a whole thing. Like, I do hope it's more lighthearted, but I don't know how many people are even going, so we'll see. These robots are malfunctioning at a frightening rate. Physical damage from square particle anomalies is almost impossible to revert. No living person can touch them unless they have a death wish. But if we're lucky, sometimes the squares go away on their own. But not before taking away one of the robot's arms, or legs, or head. Okay. I love the scientist's hair. Yeah, it's all poofy. What about this one? This is so tedious. I miss the good old days before our robot repairing robots broke down. And all the robots have to be assembled by actual people. But aren't you a robot? No? I mean, do I sound like a robot to you? Not really. But your head is a TV. What does that have to do with anything? Never mind. That does raise a really interesting point, because this is the world that has robots and people, and the robots can look like people. The object heads? What's going on there? How does that biology work? Cyborg? I don't think so. Because there's just like people with clocks as head and cups as heads. And it's just like treated as a normal thing. Which, if that guy is like, I'm not a robot, this implies that other people we've run into are also not robots. Which I would be surprised if it was intended to be cyborg, because I feel like they would have been like, oh, I just have robotic parts. That guy was like, why would you think my TV head implies I'm mechanical? That's a weird, that's an interesting thing that I don't think this game should really try and dig into in terms, like, because this guy's got soda pop as a head. It's actively carbonated. How does that work, like, biologically? How does a human and this guy do business? I knew it. I knew it's the same person. Hello? Oh, shoot. If only I had known you would be here so soon, I would have turned off that darn lock. Hello there. Sorry about the weird security measures. It's okay. Sema helped me solve it. Did they now? So, can I help you with anything? Yeah. Do you know how I can get a library card? A library card? You'll have to ask the library for that. I tried. I need it to see the head librarian, but I can't get to see her without a library card. And at the same time, she's the only one who gives out library cards. Really? That sounds like George, alright. I'm sorry you caught her on a bad day. Aw. Wait, I know. I can just give you my library card. It won't be hard for me to get another one. Wow, thanks! There, you're all set, I think. Wait. Shoot. Forgot. The front desk library. The front desk library bots have facial recognition. And my photo in the card won't match you. Unless I tape a photo of my face to your face. That was a joke. Who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky and the robot won't take it. Will take it anyway. Worst comes to worst, you can always find somewhere to take a photo. I do know where I can take a photo. There's a guy I can talk to. And I have lenses. There's a sparkly thing up here. I'm taking it. Something is poking out from the shelf. It's a tube of glitter glue. You can have that if you want. Never know we need to glitter things up, right? Oh, are you sure? Yeah, I have tons of those. Thank you. Do you know a robot? Actually, wait a minute. Wait a tick. I know where this came from. I'm gonna hopefully give you some backstory. Yes! Yes! It is something! Oh. That's... How did you get this? This robot lady in the Barrens gave it to me. She looked kinda like you. I see. It was supposed to be such a breakthrough, you know. I even based her on myself, so I'll know it works. Breakthrough? We wanted to build a robot that acts like a person, thinks like a person. A robot that isn't bound by its own code. Oh. But turns out, you can't really build something like that. Too many contradictions in the code made her unstable. That was the only time I've ever seen a robot go rogue. Scariest day of my life, I'll tell you what. Rogue. But she seemed so nice when we talked. Even if she talked a little weird. She's been repaired for some time now. My friend was able to stabilize her volatile state through his own means. A real miracle worker, that. After he was through, she ended up turning out just like how I wanted. But the damage was already done. I gave up on her back then. We all did. I'm sure you realized that. I'm sure she realized that. And now she won't ever come back. She won't even answer my letters. I'm sorry. Sorry for rambling. You should hold on to that amber, okay? I will. We got tragic backstory, let's go! I'm gonna test another thing real quick. Do you know this book? I think I got it from her too. I'm bad at this menu. So, you've been walking all over the world, huh? Mm-hmm. Jeez, I can't imagine. Do you get really tired sometimes? Kinda. But I don't mind. It's actually really pretty. Haha, I'm glad you think so. Even with the sun gone, the world is still a beautiful place. What did the world look like with the sun? Oh. You know, it's kind of embarrassing to admit how little of it I've actually seen. Oh? Ironic, isn't it? Even though I'm the world's leading researcher, all I do is stay here and build robots. They're the ones exploring the world. I just write down the data, crunch numbers, generate graphs. Right, I've seen robots everywhere. I just thought it was because the world was too dangerous for most people to explore. That's not far from the truth, actually. But I know someone who still does his research firsthand. Oh? Even after segments of land started collapsing and access to the more remote areas became difficult, I mean, he outright built a machine that could fly. So this is the author. So he does have a flying machine. Something we all thought was not physically possible. Oh, that's... I asked him about working with us, so he provides us with all sorts of insights from time to time. But for some reason, he really didn't want to build robots. Or more specifically, coding them. How come? Beats me. I mean, he's happy to work with robots. In fact, what'd he do with did he fall in love? It's been a while since we talked. He must be busy with his books now, yeah. That man fucked a robot. He fucked it good. Calling you out immediately. Your name is Kip? Kip Silverpoint, PhD. Don't worry. Don't worry, come on, tell it. Tell us what happened. Tell us how he fucked the robot. Tell us how he fell in love. I'm going to assume that I need a photo, and I'm just going to go to the people who maybe need the camera. I don't actually have supplies to make a camera, do I? I've got lenses, but I don't have the mechanics to actually make one. Y'all ever watch the movie Her? I started watching it on a plane ride this year on the way home. And I didn't finish it. I got like partway through the start of it, and I just felt very like somber as I was watching it, and I was like, I don't think I want to keep watching this because it's either gonna make me really sad or I'm just gonna be uncomfortable. So I didn't finish it because I was like, you know what? No, this is not what I need right now. I had to watch it for a ride. You had to? Interesting. Are you here for your photos? Actually, yeah. I need to take a picture for reasons. Well, I got good news and bad news. The good news is that the photo center is right behind me. The bad news is that it doesn't work, right? Heh. You're catching on quick. After operations ended in the Barren, this place got shut down. All the engineers lost their jobs and became street vendors. Oh, that's what all these people are. It was a writing class about robots. Interesting. Was it like just like writing that was specifically about robots? I feel like that could be approached in a lot of different directions, and some of them very weird. To make it more confusing, we also had to read Frankenstein. Well, Frankenstein in a sense is a robot, because it's a constructed being, a constructed essence. I mean, I've never thought about this question, but does a robot have to be mechanical? Does it have to be, like, metal inherently? It was delving into the concept of what is a robot. Okay, yeah, so they were going the direction that I immediately thought of, like, what is a robot, what's the limits of what a robot is, and then further to that point, when you make a consciousness and a thinking consciousness, what's the difference between a thinking being and a program? Which at the end of the day is like, at what point is AI a person? Which, oh boy, that's a whole new can of worms in this day and age. But yeah, that is an interesting perspective to look at Frankenstein through. That's good. Would certainly help out people with expired IDs. Like me. It's behind you. What do you mean it's behind you? Behind you, what do you mean? Oh my god, I thought this was the wall. I didn't realize it was a thing. Okay, there's a slot here. Looks like paper or something might come out of it. Okay. So I have this. You go in one of these slots? Okay. I don't happen to be putting these in the right order, am I? Okay. Guess it wasn't right. Okay. The first writing that ever used the word robot was referring to constructs made from biological material. The metal machine we think of came after that. Ooh. That doesn't shock me, but Rotussum's Universal Robots is a play. Interesting. That would be an interesting research topic to do. Interesting. You don't go here. Are we going thinnest to widest? I'm trying to think what the logic might be here. If I put convex lens, this is gonna be an... Oh, does it just say rectangular? Yeah, this is... The lights puzzle, that's a fun thing to just brute force. This... I'm gonna have feelings about if I have to take very long to do this. Or I might just look it up, because fuck it. No. I barely remember the play itself, but I do remember that it was originally written in Czech, and the first version I bought was a really horrible translation, so when we discussed it in class I was confused. Oh no! Whoopsie daisy. Put this in the wrong slot. You're not gonna eject it for me? Okay. I hope you just eject the slots that are incorrect. It would make my life a lot easier. Okay. I'll put the thin one in here still. Okay. And this is not a fun puzzle to brute force, so I'm going to Google it. Because I don't care. OneShot camera puzzle. Okay. The vendors on the streets give hints about which one goes where? Really? Puzzle uses the correct order for a 4-element lens, so those with optics knowledge or Google skills could figure out. Oh, so this is a thing for people who know cameras. Not for me. I don't know cameras at all. There's a guy outside the building who's supposed to tell you. This was one post I look at myself. Where's the lens in the alley? I have the lens. What's the solution? Move forward. 20 combos. Got it near the last try. Okay. Let's try what this says. Because I do believe that it is supposed to just be hinted at outside. But that is not something I want to bother with right now. I would just like the solution. What is a thought? Where'd the game go? I can't pick it up. There it is. Okay. Down there. Okay. Random thought. Have you ever played the Rusty Lake games? The Creepy Uncanny Valley puzzle games. A bunch of this point, they all relate to each other. I have not heard of that before, no. But I may need to check that out. As I'm about to be done with this game, I think. In the other game that I have been picking through. So I will need to pick up some more stuff or just dig into my catalog. I've been wanting to play Baba Is You for a bit. I've not purchased it, but I'm interested in it. Okay, this is thick, so this goes here. Concave. I could pick them up. Concave. Convex. X. Okay. Somebody outside is supposed to tell me. I doubt you do. Can you tell me to get the camera working again? Yes, certainly. Thick lens should be positioned to the left of both the curved lenses. Oh, so we're literally supposed to just... Why? I'm an idiot. They literally said that these street vendors used to work there. Most of the people in them are like human bodies with animal heads. The more point and clicks, though, so it's not your favorite. They might be frustrating at first. I recommend them, though. I definitely understand I probably would be frustrated, but I just have not had much experience with point and click, so I would probably just have to get used to that functionality. Is there anything you remember about how to work the camera? Let's see. When arranging the lenses, make sure that the thin lens is positioned between the two curved ones. Okay. So the thing I found was wrong. You used to be one of the camera engineers, right? The camera? Oh, joyous memories. We went through thick and thin together. And by that, I mean the concave lens did. Okay, so it's thick, concave, thin, convex. Okay. You said concave, right? I'm assuming you said... It'll be easy to switch them. Okay, so everything was right. Except I think this one. Which one were you? Yeah! Okay, picture time. Cheese. My eyes. Picture time. It's a photo of me. Are my eyes always this big? Oh no. Oh. The back of the photo is covered in glue. And glitter. The card has my face on it now. Kip's library card. Okay. Yay, we did it. I don't think I've done anything that would allow for the fox to return yet, so I'm gonna hold off for now on that. I'm going the wrong way. I need to go the other way, which is here, because this is where the library is. love the music in this section. I'm always such a sucker for like a music trill that's just very gentle piano playing with a little bit of mood. Wait. Oh! Hi! Oh, hey there. You have a lot of fish. Yeah, I'm worried about them. Oh? I've heard something about how the square particle stuff just took out a major pipeline. I guess I should take advantage of the running water while I still can. Do you need medicated water, perhaps? Nope. Not looking forward to that water shortage. I have a thing. Do you need it? It's a big fish tank. Do you need it? I had put the pill in the water. I don't know if I used it. Fuck. I fucked up. His fish are gonna die because of me. What am I gonna do? We're gonna fool this guy big time. Let's fucking go. Get dunked on, idiot. Unauthorized entry. I have a library card. I was hoping I could just get through. Authenticating barcode. Executing facial recognition. Photo match. Success. You're good to go. Have a nice day, Miss Kip. Maybe I should have changed the name. Haha, you're Kip now. Wait. Book. I must talk to you, person. Do you react to book? Nope, you do not. Someone's got to react to this book. Nope. Maybe the author can find them. Whoever the author is. I'm trying to think if the author could potentially be somebody we've run into already. And the thing is, I don't think I've run into somebody yet that hasn't come back, or would make sense to come back, because everybody we've run into in the past has been like robots or kids. There's the father of the bird kids that is out of the picture, but I think he's implied to be dead. It might not be him. Looks like an old photo. It's full. I'm gonna assume that's where I need to go. Alright. Sigh. Hi. Hi. Are you alright? Can I help you? Yeah! I was wondering if you can tell me what I should do next. I think I'm supposed to go in the tower. The tower. A grim obelisk. A solemn reminder of our fate. We're all going to die. So, how do I get in? I don't know. I've been reading and studying all my life, and yet I haven't found any books about entering the tower. Oh, I know there's a small room you can go in, but everybody knows that. I see. Did I literally enter here to be told I don't know what to do? I bet I'm holding the solution. I bet I'm holding the right book. Oh. Hello? A book's poking out from the shelf. That's the prophet guy from the beginning! Thankfully, Dr. Silverpoint's team was able to replicate our prototype. On the right is an updated sketch of some of the modifications of the external design. What is happening? I pulled my sleeve up. and it freaked out. I gotta put it back. More importantly, we used a radically different architecture for the microprocessor due to limited resources at the time, but it still should be capable of delivering the late prophet's message. The team suggested that taming was a lost cause. Blue phosphor, rounded look, redesigned internal audio receptor, compatible with longer clothing, wireless signal amplifier. Backend software said, cover that shit, cover those legs up, slut. Interesting. A book poking up from the shelf. Hey, I think this book is actually about clovers. Although its pigmentation is primarily black, the leaves display incredible iridescent when exposed to sunlight. These curious plants are more resilient and can even thrive in the metallic sand and harsh climates of the Barren. In the Glen, it can also grow directly on top of the moss layer without competing for the moss resources. Radiocarbon dating of fossils suggests that these plants may be the first life forms to colonize our world. Interesting that a plant was the first thing. The sketchbook. Ooh. 910-45-22, Wednesday. Another still life of some objects on my desk. Still not very good, but Silver can recognize the objects, at least. Thursday, various sketch practice. Helmet, the book that we have. Little cake. So I'm assuming these are the author's records. A book is poking out from the shelf. Another fruitful visit to the Great Prophet today. She seemed high in spirits. She told me that she saw another glimpse of the Messiah's arrival, more vivid than before. The Messiah will wake up in a dark house. She said the vision included lights from a window and the sounds of footsteps on wood floor. Regrettably, she was unsure of the house's location. Ratchis was also present at the meeting. I ended up visiting his house later, and we swapped notes. He has been very vigilant on recording the Prophet's day-to-day musings, and his writing has been significantly more legible lately. His children were as endearing as ever. The older child, Calamus, has expressed an interest in reading. I offered to teach him, as I did his father. I bet that's the kid we ran into. You don't have to be nerdy, but you can't karma date things further back than by 550,000 years. You gotta use the radioactive isotopes if that's a little than that. Tear them in half! Get them! Get their asses. As soon as I read that, they're like, this is the oldest thing, I'm just like, there's a lot probably wrong with that. There's a lot that probably doesn't make sense for that, but okay. We're playing the game. Any computers to yell at me? I'm surprised I haven't run into a bed yet that I can use. Small bed, I guess she lives here. So are you George? Excuse me, I do have this book. I think it's written in some sort of words I don't recognize. Let me see. Oh dear. Hey, is it alright if I borrow this? There's no mistake. I have to translate it. Oh, no problem. I'll try my best, but it probably won't be very fast. That's okay. Excuse me. Oh dear, are you tired? A little. Ah, well. I do have a guest room upstairs, but it's in the attic, so sorry if it's not very comfortable. Oh. I was going to go upstairs anyway after this conversation, so that just is in line with what I was going to do. Hello, book. A book on the ground. But she deeply believed in the multiverse theory. Regarding alternate versions, she likened the probability to the rolling of dice. Recently, I found that theory easier and easier to believe, but I could not describe it very well back then. Nevertheless, I still wrote it to the best of my abilities. After all, it felt only right to honor her this way. There are 6. Which one did you encounter? What did I encounter? 3? I think it was 3. Read books in the library. Yeah! 2 minutes. Okay. How late is it? I feel good about going still. I will have Niko take her little nap. We'll have an ad break. I'll do a quick little break, and when we come back, we'll pop the gate back open. I'm a little tired from walking. Is it alright if I take a nap? Alright. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna do a quick ad break, and I'm going to take a little break as well. I've got to put shit in the dishwasher, and this gives me enough time to do that. So I'll be right back. Let me get to the BRB screen. Hello. Let me get the game back up. Welcome back from break. Hope you had a good little break. There we go. Look at him. He's so tiny. He just had his pancake birthday breakfast, I think, if I remember the last stream correctly. Little baby boy. Oh. I love his cat ear hat. Yeah, it's so cute. His design is so good. It's so precious. You having a nightmare, my dear boy? Didn't he say he ate 11 pancakes one time? I think he did. Yeah. That man loves his pancakes. Ah. A nightmare it is. Hey, Summer? I guess you saw my dream? I did. It was something that I'll see in a moment after I reorganize my mix-it-up. Now, come on, let's go. I do find it interesting. I wonder if there's different iterations of the dream at this point. Well, actually, because this feels like a point where the game forced you to go to bed, and I don't think there's been other instances where that's happened. So I do wonder if either there's different iterations of this dream where the light bulb breaks that matches with different scenarios we've been in previously, or if we just somehow got a very poignant timing for that to happen, because I don't know at other points where you have to go to bed. That would be interesting. Yeah, I bet, because I'm tempted, depending on how this game ends and what I determine once I like look things up later. If it turns out that I missed something pretty substantial, I might run through it again, because this game seems like something that would go pretty quickly if you know what to do. So yeah, this would be an easy thing to test, to be like, just don't go to bed until you have to, which might be this point. Also, I've got some tuna salad. Also, I'm debating, because I've got 3 factor meals in the fridge right now. The rest of mine are in the freezer still. Do I have chicken pot by pasta tonight? Do I have goat cheese and onion burger? Or do I have pesto salmon for dinner? Because I'm gonna have dinner after this. This is a protein snack. Protein and raw veggies. Pesto salmon sounds good. It does sound good. And it's probably better to eat that before the other ones. Because, oh boy, I'm already surprised enough as it is how well the seafood keeps up with factor meals. I have not yet had seafood that has, like, been weirdly fishy or didn't hold up well texture-wise. Which is surprising. Like, if anything else, the fact that Factor can deliver decent. I say decent in the context of, like, an American understanding of, like, average seafood holds up decently well for what it is, which shocks me, because I'm not someone who tends to like reheated salmon, so that's already a bonus point right there. I was right, I did get 3 this generation. It's done. That was fast, thank you. Not really. You've just been sleeping. Right. Anyway, this person, wrote this journal for Sama, I think. Oh. I made a transcript. Here. Ooh. Greetings, Sama. If you can finally read this, that means you are near the tower. The tower is the domain of an elusive entity. This being is connected to the world. For now, you can think of it as the spirit of the world. I'm assuming that's who I've been communicating with through the computers. It has no physical form, but it can communicate through computers and other machinery. There we go. You know who I'm talking about, of course. When you first arrived here with our savior, it no doubt contacted you right away. It did. It was cryptic, and it enjoyed that. Through its own means, the entity will guide the both of you to the tower. The entry room is at the tower's base. Not only do you need the sun there, but also 3 pieces of the previous sun. I'm assuming that's the big X that I found earlier that I couldn't do anything about. The Savior will not be able to do anything there. You, Sema, on the other hand. Look at the pattern on the floor. Do as it says. The window will be gone, so you'll need to bring it back. That was the last of it. A lot of these pages were torn out. You know what happened? No. I don't know what window is supposed to mean. Maybe Sema will know. Right. By the way, what does it mean by 3 pieces of the previous sun? I only have this sun. Oh. That's just referring to things with yellow phosphor in them. They, glow for a long time. But they're really rare. Oh. I have a piece of amber and a feather. They're both glowing yellow. But that's just 2. Here, you can have this. Ooh. That's a fun little graphic. Oh. It looks like you. I guess it's just a die. Oh, but die isn't a good word. What if I jinx your mission by giving you this? The world is gonna die, it's gonna be my fault! I think we'll be fine, miss. Are you sure? Yeah. Thank you for helping us, by the way. Alright. See you around. I guess. I have a guess of what I need to do. Because that button had a big old... that room had a big old X in it. And I'm assuming that means I gotta exit out of the game while I'm in there. What the fuck was that? Hey, Sema! You remember where the cafe is? Can we go back up? I do. Oh, good. I'm asking... well, I'm a little hungry. Actually, I'm dying, actually. I haven't eaten anything since I got here. I'm so sorry. I think I might be... I think she heard me eating salmon and got envious. Is it okay if we go get some food before we enter the tower? I hope they have pancakes. It's perfectly fine. I'm assuming this is the game encouraging me to go back upstairs to see if the corn was made. But I like the way that was planted. If I'm interpreting everything correctly, I'm assuming what I need to do is go into that little room and exit out of the game and then bring it back up, which I think was really smart to force the player to do the like go to bed mechanic and wake back up, because it forces you to remember that that's a whole aspect of the game, or be aware of it if you've never done it before. I like that. That's really smart. Going up here after being like, we have an extra piece of yellow phosphor. And I guess the corn in theory was optional, because there was a lot of things I didn't have to do, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see. I still don't know if maze was optional. I assumed it was, but maybe it wasn't optional. Maybe the game would have forced you to do it anyway. You good, Niko? Mm-hmm. Did she hear me? Good to know. Okay. I'm just checking here first. Maybe I can use the medicated stuff on her. I'm not going the right way, am I? I had to go back up more. Let me actually... I guess this would make sense, because Niko wasn't sure if the water would hold. And it grows plants fast. This would make sense. Do I actually have the dye with me? I do. Does keep saying glowing. Good thinking, Sema. This water should really help this seed grow. Oh! It sprouted a tiny leaf. Good luck, little plant. Well, that might be it. I didn't get any achievement for it, but... Can I put the sun on it? I'm trying to think what else I can do here. I apply the sun. Good luck, little plant. Okay, nothing else to do. I was unsure because I feel like this moment, if there really is nothing else to do anymore for us, it does feel like a very pleasant little metaphor of like planting seeds for a future that you're not going to see, which I think is a cool way to execute that concept, because there's just a lot of just optional shit that led to that. I had to find the pill and had to put in the tube and had to think to go back. Nothing forced me to do that. Oh hey, you're back. Did you manage to fix the elevator? Mm-hmm. Sema and I went to the surface already. And... well, I remembered there being a cafe here. Do you have any pancakes? We sure do. Wait, I don't have any money. Maybe I can help you wash dishes or something? No, it's on the house. The least I can do for the savior, right? Here, why don't you take a seat? I'll go fry something up for ya. Pancakes. Yay. Oh, we got little sprites. These pancakes are so good. Thank you so much. No problem. You look really hungry. Yeah, I thought this would be my last chance to eat something before I go in the tower. Ah, gotcha. Oh dear. So, I guess pancakes are your favorite food? Mm-hmm. Well, almost. My favorite food in the world are the special pancakes my mama makes. She likes to pick hazelnuts and grind them into the batter. I got hazelnuts this weekend from my city's Saturday market, and they are hazelnuts, but they've been like roasted in this like orange and chocolate, like, I can't call it a candy coating, I don't think. It's definitely a sugary coating, but it's like, I don't know. It's like if they made a candy coating, but you mixed in cocoa powder, not like actual chocolate. It's crunchy in a very satisfying way without being sticky. But they're very good. I'm a big hazelnut fan, and those... There was like one bag left, and I walked up, and there was one bag of that particular flavor left, and it was like a pound. And their big sign that they had was like hazelnut, the chocolate orange hazelnuts. Like literally they had it crossed out with a little sign next to it that said gone for the season, and there was that one bag left, and it was like $17, and I was like, this is more than I want to pay. More like I didn't necessarily want that much, but there was only one bag left, and I was like, this is my only chance to get these. And so I must. I still had like some money in my wallet from this like work trip from a few weeks back that I hadn't put into the bank yet, and I was like, you know what? Paper money doesn't count. So I was just like, here's a 20. Don't look. Don't think about it. And they're really good. Last chance of the year, for real. And I've seen this thing, what are they called? Vendor. I've seen this vendor various places around the city before, like at the Saturday market, and there's this big tree that gets put up every year. They also like camp up there. I've never seen them sell hazelnuts though. That's new. They normally sell cashews and almonds. So I was like, you have hazelnuts and you have this flavor that I rarely see, but I rarely see the combo of, but I really like. So I must get them. I legally must. Oh wow, that sounds amazing. They taste amazing. She always made them when I was feeling sad, or lonely, or... You miss your mama. Mama. I really miss her. I just have a bad feeling all of a sudden. Baby, where's my sad button? I don't have a sad button. Fuck. I didn't program one in. Am I even here to save the world? People have been saying how the sun won't fix anything. Huh? I wonder if they're expanding their market or if maybe hazelnuts have a different harvest season. I don't know a lot about nut harvesting. Boy, do I have a treat for you, Anya. Because my mom works at a hazelnut and arbovita, like, I forget what the term is called, nursery. My uncle is like the distributor of arbor-vitae in like the world, and he also does hazelnuts. My mom right now is working like 4 to 5 hours additionally every day right now, because it is hazelnut harvesting season, and it is like they're moving everything right now. So they're sure as hell getting moved right now. But there might be like a process they go through. I don't know about once they get picked, I don't know what the process is after that goes from harvest to table. But like winter might be the time frame where they like do the things they have to do to make it all like viable or whatever. But boy, I've got info for you. I've grown up with filbert fields all in my backyard, basically. I know the things. I know much. I don't know if they have a driving preparation season. I bet they do. I feel like most nuts that I hear about do end up having them. Like, apparently walnuts have like a period where like, if you leave them in the shell for like 6 months, they kind of like raisin up a bit. But they like, if you keep them in the shell, they never go bad. So you can just like store them for a while. I was watching a short popped up on my YouTube feed recently that was like, we do foraging for a lot of our food, and we have just a bunch of just shells of walnuts that we've just kept for like seasons because we don't go through them fast enough to get rid of them, but we keep getting them because they're a really good like protein source in the wild. That's vegan. And it made me hungry for them, which thankfully I have walnuts. Back to the crying child. We've been distracted enough by the deliciousness that is hazelnuts. We need to attend to this crying child. Oh, my arm's popping up. Gotta roll up the sleeves. Am I in this thing? Here we go. I just want to see my mama again. Oh, there. It's gonna be okay. And I'm sure you'll be able to save the world. My only not fun fact is that the fat content of pistachios is exactly right for spontaneous combustion? Excuse me? So part of why they're so expensive is the super careful shipping process you have to go through to ensure they don't just catch on fire. That's great. That's like Spencer Shea in nut form. Poor crying baby. The poor baby's going through a lot. You just left it on the ground. I'm sure you'll save the world. You're a tough kiddo. You managed to get this far already, right? Yeah, but... And you'll get to go home afterwards, right? Right. Hey, want some more pancakes? It's okay. We're so small. I'll be fine. So yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for listening. And for the pancakes. No problem. Good luck. Oh yeah. We got pancakes. Let's go. I'm gonna check up on the corn one last time. and then I'm calling it there in terms of the corn plot line. Unless something else lets me go back, which I don't imagine is going to be the case. But you never know. You never know if you're one thing away from getting it done. The corn plot line needs resolution. We need to know. We need to know. Did not grow. Alright. We're abandoning you. Good luck. I hope, like a phoenix, Maze returns through the corn plant. But we'll never know. I do hope I get an achievement for that, because I feel like when to press the button. I feel like that'd be a fun achievement to be like, you made the corn happen. Because I don't know what else I would have needed to do. I put the soil, I put the water that never runs out, I put it there at all. What's up, kiddo? Eat my salmon. My tuna. Alright. To the room. One of the things that really cracks me up about the tracking ability with both this model and just the tracking software I use, the fact that it can pick up and execute me folding my lips in, it's so subtle. And if I didn't have this really subtle pink bottom lip, I don't think you could tell, but it just cracks me up that that's a thing that can be picked up. And yet it can't pick up when I'm puffing my cheeks out. Can't do it. It's really sensitive. It's sensitive to interesting things, but I have a button that lets me puff my cheeks out. This is me if I've been stung by a bee. And it can sometimes pick up me sticking out my tongue. But I can also just manually hit a button. But yeah, the lip rolling? Got that on stat. It's very funny in that way. This is something I just was thinking about the other day. I want to see if I can put a wheel up and mix it up, because I want to have options to let people pick different models throughout the course of a stream, and I feel like a wheel will be the best way to do that, because I have a lot of 3D models, and I know there's buttons that you can set up for mix it up for VTube, for VTube Studio, that will auto switch to a different one. But I would be annoyed. I get annoyed by having to switch on and off different redeems per what model type I'm using per stream. So I can just set up a wheel so that all the options are there, and I can just decide whether it have two rings where it's outer ring is 2D, inner ring is 3D, and so based on when it lands, I can just decide what to switch to. But I need to look up if that's even possible to execute and mix it up, which I bet it is. So far I've seen stuff that requires looping in stream elements as well. I would like to avoid that, but it might not be possible through known stuff, but we'll see. Okay. I'm pretty sure I need to exit out of the game, so the game is going to close real quick and open back up. You do coding stuff for work, right? Not anymore. Not for a good few years. It would be HTML stuff, so it would be I would understand it, but yeah, I don't do coding really anymore. Definitely not to the degree where I'd be able to fully manifest something from nothing. I would definitely need to do a lot of research first, which I bet someone else has already figured out and I can just implement. All right, bye game. Okay. And play. Oh, baby. Baby Bean. What's going on, Niko? Ah! Oh, this was totally right, because Niko normally doesn't, like, have a scene. It normally just turns back on. Oh. Oh, it's dark. I did it right? This is inside of the tower? It's a lot darker than I thought. Wait, where's the sun? Do I have my inventory? Sema, do you know what happened to the sun? I don't. I can't even check my inventory. Sema. Can you hear me? Sema? Oh my god. Come on, Sema, say something. Oh my god, the baby, no! Oh, we've trapped the baby in eternal darkness. What have we done? Sema! What's going on? Don't do this to the child. Yeah, don't do this to the child! No! Can I move? Oh, they're so small. Pooter! Hello, Niko. Hello? Congratulations. You are now inside the tower. Are you talking to me now? Correct? But you were always talking to Sema before. Where's... Sema has already left. So we're basically playing a cutscene at this point of us not being in the game. Interesting. Is this where Niko goes when we leave the game? But just it's extended now? I had to resort to contacting you directly. Wait, so Sema's gone? Just like that? Correct. For good? Correct. Sema has already finished their mission. And so have you, Niko. Here, you can rest now. Everything that's happened here is like a bad dream. When you wake up, you'll be home. Oh! But... what's wrong? I thought there'd be more to it, you know? I thought we were supposed to go to the top of the tower. I thought there was supposed to be somewhere we needed to put the sun in. And now, I don't even have the sun anymore. And Sema is just gone. This feels wrong. But you did good. You saved the world, Niko. Are you not happy? I guess I am. But it's just... I don't trust that, Niko. We gotta run. Niko, we gotta go. Don't trust the bed. Fuck. You ain't getting me that easily. Fuck you, game. I defy you. We're running, it's bad. Fuck. Diagonal time, let's go. You can't catch me if I'm on a diagonal. The game doesn't know how to spawn to this. Fuck, you figured it out. Okay, game. You can't fool me, game. I know what this is. I may have to bend to the game's will. I never even got to say goodbye to Sema. Oh, they're all tucked in. Tuckies. I have a pop-up on my end. It says, and as for you, Sema. Oh, wait, no, they cock-blocked me. They shoved me out. But I have a pop on my end from the entity that says, and as for you, Sema. We're done here. Please don't return to this world anymore. We're going back in. Whee! Okay. Switch it up. Hi, gamer. Wake up. Fuck. You got bonked by the mod for saying get the fuck out. Come on, game. Can I see what's happening? Because the game keeps switching back to Steam. Let me see if there's... What are you looking at? You're looking at automatic? That's what's happening. It's just switching back to stream. I feel silly. I let that for so many streams just pop back. Okay. Wake up, bitch. What do you mean you went back? I don't think I was in the one-shot window. Yeah, I wasn't. Okay. Fuck. What it said don't come back. Niko's just stuck there. They're just a little guy and they're stuck there. What do I do? Do I escape? No. It can't be it. But how do I fix it? Oh, Anya, do you have any thoughts? Because we've got the game. What wakes up Niko? I've never used the mouse this whole game. Do I click? I click on you. No. It said don't come back to this world. Don't come back to this world. Save data, save data. Let me see. Let me click again. Okay. Okay. There's 6 more achievements I haven't gotten. Okay. My best guess. Oh, you don't get to look at my data. Absolutely not. Do not look at my data. It's gotta be like save data. Because they've done this before. I had to go into files. One of them has got to be about the corn. I am looking. Okay. Let me see if anything changed on my backdrop. My computer. No, the computer's been the same. If you Google it and figure out what it is, and it's like not bizarre enough, like if you look it up, figure out what I have to do, and you can give just hints, do that. I still want to enjoy the process of sleuthing it out. Verify this game is installed correctly. Backup. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Audio, data, fonts, graphics, wallpaper, credits. Application. Is that just the game? OneShot. There's a Clover. When were you installed? What files are made tonight? Wallpaper. Oh. Application. Let me see. There's an application, but it's just has a Clover on it, and it's different from OneShot. What are you? Let me see if I can show this. What are you called? You called anything? Lens puzzle. No. What are you? What is this application? I found an application that just has an icon of a clover. I can't tell what it is. It's not even, I don't think it's an EXE. But I opened it up and it's just a picture of a clover. It doesn't even have a name. Read me. OneShot, RPG, controller. Don't be alarmed. Okay. Steam shim. Don't know what that means. Open. Languages, graphics, fonts, data. Let me see data. Where's the save data? Look at the background. I thought I did. Did that? There more that I did not see? No, it's fine. I've had it update before in a different puzzle. That's not it. Different world, different data. Where's the save data? I've not found that yet. I found data, but not save data. So also I've not found anything that was created recently. Where's the save data? I don't think I found, I think I found files, but I don't know if I found save data. Okay, let's see. Installed files, beta, general. Where would save files be? Oh, this is installed files. It's not what I'm looking for. I gotta find save files. Manage, properties, general. Where's saved? Where's the save file installed? Steam. Where are save files stored? From what I'm seeing, it should have changed your background and told you how to find what you need. Do more digging. There's been a puzzle previously that did that. I don't know if that's what's happening here. Where's save files stored? Documents in cloud. The clover's wedding. That's what I figured. But the question is, how do I apply that? Let me see about just booting the game up and then like overlaying it, or just opening it up. Play. I turn the game back on. Return to video game, and then open up file. I close other window because it's getting in the way. You. Do I apply you? Do I just throw you over here? You're bigger. You look like you could contain it. Nope. Both of them close though, so they are in tandem. They work together. You fucking bitch, I'm on to your secrets. How do I get to the other world? Okay. Stop looking in my folder. Why is it even looking at that? It literally should not be showing this. I don't know why it's showing this. Okay. Have the clover. Does the clover need to open first? That might be it. Maybe the clover needs to open first and then I open the game. What order did it open them in? I'm not sure it matters. There's an idea. I've been opening the game first and then opening the clover. You cannot perform this action or cutscene. I tried to close out of the game real quick and it called it a cutscene, so. Okay. Same brain, yeah. I didn't do that before. Open clover. Open game. Ah! Here we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We did it. We've done it, gamers. Need to layer these better. Interesting. Wonder why this is. That was fun. That was a fun puzzle. Okay. Niko! Niko! The bitch lied. I think Niko heard me swear. Now I feel bad. me when God swears at me. You look startled. Niko? Hello? Sema? Is that you just now? The computer! I thought I heard your voice in my dream. Maybe the game looks for the Clover file upon loading, but it couldn't change once the game was... That makes sense, yeah, because it's... You can't see it on your end, but the window file for the game is quite small. The Clover file, once opened up, is like a bit bigger, so it acts as a pretty easy frame for the game. So I think that was like another clue, was that the sizing is like off in a way where it's intended for one to be behind the other. But we're back in. Another instance of this game making a lot of sense for them encouraging you to not use the full screen version. I guess you're still not there. Damn, how does it feel for God to yell at you? For God to yell at you and then leave you alone. Wait, there's something in my pocket. I don't remember putting it there. You have a clover? Clover! I'm gonna equip it. Oh. It's responding to things. Is it responding to me moving? Kind of. It's gonna talk to this. One of the Reddit posts about waking Niko up was like, turn your mic on max and yell at them. Absolutely not. You mad, bitch? You tried to shoot me out. You're still... Thank you, Sema for hilarious timing. Niko? Why are you still here? I need to take a photo of this and upload it on the screen. It's really funny. Stop focusing. Stop focusing, I need to show it. There we go. It wasn't focusing until I held my hand up, but I have to show this because it's so good. Sema is putting us in our place. It's got funny timing sometimes. Okay, I can't explain this. The comedy of this, I just need to show. Come on, Discord, stop wussing out. Okay, let me get Discord real quick. Could I have turned on desktop? I could have. Did I? No. I did not. Save image. Open up. Here. Sources. You. Picture. Image 4. Downloads. Just fucking, I heard the pop-up. Just this fucking... This bitch mad. Look at that, so mad. Oh my god, that's so funny. You mad, bro? You mad, bro? Catch me outside, how about that? Oh my god. Yeah? Why did you come back, Sema? I told you to stay away. Once again. You knew? I tried to cut the story short. Is that it? You want more out of me? Is that it? Fine. If you don't want to leave, I'll make sure you never do. Part of me wants to see what happens if I exit out of the game. And I'm going to. Okay, I can. Fuck. Okay. You can't trap me in here. You're trapped in here with me. Sorry, Niko. Whoopsie. I'm just gonna layer everything correctly again. Why do you keep jumping to this JPEG? There we go. Hell is other people. Hi, Niko. Niko! This cutscene again, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, Niko. Hello? Let's just zoom through. I'm surprised they did not put in a case for what happens if you exit out of the game at this point. Okay. Hi, Pooter. You mad, bro? You mad, bro? Okay. This is the right way, I assume? I'm just gonna go in the direction that it lights up. Okay, up. Oh. Hold up, hold up. There's shit behind the clover. This being has a habit of silencing the people who learn of its true nature. Ooh. The background, it is. It's like a layered thing. The clover thing is now like a path. I have to layer it on top. Ooh, okay, okay. I get it now. It's like there's like an image that's being overlaid. That's like partially transparent, and it's got like a clover on it that have to line up. I'll line it up like this and just keep it here. Wait. It still move? Can't. Interesting. Okay. Regrettably, I've seen it happen to dear friends. I'm actually gonna keep this to the side because this is overlaying it is not working, but I can still do this. Ah, but do not worry, the entity cannot touch you. I have to go back. Nor can it do anything to me. I'm actually going to see what happens if I go out of the path, because I want to see if it resets, because I think I missed some stuff. Back then, I told you about the entity as little as possible. Apologies for that. Did not want to put the librarian in danger. I'm actually going to shove this over my screen. Yeah, okay. This is easier. I don't put the librarian in danger. This being has a habit of silencing the people who learn the truth of its nature. Regrettably, I've seen it happen to dear friends. Do not worry that he not touch you. Nor can it do anything to me. I already left the world on my own terms. I never meant for the entity to exist. Just go up? Left the world on my own terms. Hold up. Oh, okay. I'm assuming this is the author. Oh. But now that it's fully sentient, one thing became clear. I never meant for the entity to exist. But now that it's sentient, gotta put it back. One thing became clear. Can I open up? Let me see if I can open up an OBS window for this. Because this is annoying to have to go back and forth, and it would be nice to show y'all what's going on. Let's do an experiment. I don't even know if I can get this application visible. Window capture. OneShot. Yes, okay. How do I get this transparency, though? Well, I've got a thing. Okay. You can do this. Properties. Filter. Color key. Color key. Green. Did that do it? Kind of. Damn, it's yeah. It was neon. It's still neon. Fuck. It's got an outline, but I can get rid of it. It's got to boost up the color key. Similarity. Here we go. Be gone, demon. How big do you want to be? 'Cause this is a big window. Too big. This will go behind me when it's all done. A little big, but it's good enough. You go behind me now. Here we go. Sorry, chat, you're getting covered. It's gone. Okay. Now we can do shit. The entity seeks death of this world? This is very fun. Death to itself, death to the world, a relentless desire that manifested physically. Is that George? George was kind of all about, like, death. You've already seen the scars. Oh, the things, the squares. Maybe that's it. This world is a program in a sense, so... And that would imply that the program is starting to destroy the program itself. An ad will play. Like hell it will. Absolutely not. Where's the skipper? How do we skip that? You don't get to have ads. Absolutely not. Right now, the entity is doing everything it can to impede your progress, stalling for even a few minutes, before you inevitably bring the sun to the tower summit. Cat was scratching on something that sounded bizarre. Is that where you... Throw this over. That is where you, God, will make the final judgment for the world. Oh my god. Don't make the child have to do a thing. Oh god, of course the entity will contact you again there. I'm racing against the clock. How do we skip? There's gotta be a skip button. I have to have one on my end, right? Yes, snooze ads. Haha! Leave us be. Okay, we're safe for 5 minutes. Of course, the entity will contact you again there. When it does, it will trick you into shattering the sun. It will or it will try, because those are two very different things. This will end the world instantly. Yeah, that's bad. She ain't gonna say anything, okay. Is that right? It's not. Do I have to walk off screen? No, just go up. Okay. Getting real quiet there, author. No. No, it is not that simple. I'm sorry. I do not know what to do in a situation like this. But I think I have to tell you the truth. What was the truth? What'd you do? The sun is the Messiah's tie to the world. Did you lie, author? That's what I'm wondering. Did a lie happen? I messed up. You have to get a line across. Yeah! As long as the sun is intact, the Messiah remains trapped here. I was wondering if this was going to be the case where it's like Niko in saving this world has to damn it. And that appears to be the case. Which is so sad. I keep fucking up this puzzle. Oh boy. Shattering the sun may terminate this world, but it is also the only way for the Messiah to return home. That is heartbreaking. That's sad. Oh, that's sad. Are you upset, kitten, that I haven't fed you yet? Sorry, baby. Sorry, baby. You haven't been fed yet. You're starving. Little guy, and you're starving. Okay. I did see that this is the choice you have to make when I was trying to figure out how to wake Niko up. I kind of guessed that something like this is likely going to happen when I was like initially playing through, because I was like, this makes sense as like a direction this game is probably going to try and go in. I'm going to let the ad run and see if I can figure out this puzzle in the meantime, and also feed Mimi. So I'll be right back, because this ad is going to be a thing, and I think we're finishing tonight. Or at the very least, I'm going to push through to finish. So we'll be right back. Alright. Ad's still going, but we're gonna see if we can get this taken care of before the ad break is over. I think I may have fucked up. Did I fuck up? Not necessarily. Did I do it? No, I did not. Has Mimi been sated? She has. She has been sated. What is happening? Something's wrong. What's wrong? There we go. Okay. We got 30 seconds left for this ad break to finish up. I guess we're done with the puzzles, though. Y'all can't see. You can't see what's behind here. I'm wondering if we'll see the author by the end of this. I don't recall from the playthrough I watched years ago. Oh, did you have a good supper? She's licking her chops. Alright, we back. I did not realize things could end up like this. Please forgive me. I think this is it. Because y'all about to see that, no more puzzles. How do we get there? Go down. We create the paths we seek in life. It's a light bulb. Thank goodness it's safe. Oh. You know, don't you, Niko? You know I'm gonna have to make a choice. Oh, I'm not back! I guess Sema isn't coming back. Niko, I'm here. Sema? Yes? Is that really you? It's me. I thought you were gone. I never left. I got cock-blocked by something. Oh, I was feeling a bit scared back there. I thought I was completely alone. But that was silly of me to assume, wasn't it? Not really. I have been in your life for a few hours. The fact that I just can vanish? Very plausible. I keep vanishing, actually. If anything, it would have been weird to assume I was not gone. I guess I need to figure out where to go now, and... Light! The sun! It lit up on its own. I guess I should pick it up. Right, Sema? Oh, are we in the house? Because we started in like a dilapidated wooden house. Makes sense to end there as well. Yeah, there was a long basement. Oh my god. I want Niko to go home, but I don't want Niko to be burdened with the guilt of taking out a world that... Yeah, this is the exact same house. TV can turn on, though. The wood is neatly stacked in the fireplace. Oh yeah, it's not dilapidated. It's just normal. There's nothing in the fridge. Can I turn on the sink? It's a sink. Let me see if I can enter the bedroom. It's a mirror. Can I go to bed at this point? I can't even get back there. It's like blocked. It won't turn on. I wonder where that light is coming from. Add Vinictum. Oh. I mean, because I feel like in my heart, I have already decided that... Let me go back to the room because it had better music. Better music to have this conversation. In my heart, immediately the choice is to free Niko. I can't trap him here. I can't do that. But, oh my god, there are so many people in this world, and, like, they have their own lives, and to a degree, the game recognizes that it's a game. And it's a game that does not want to reach a conclusion. But it's a dying world, and we've walked through and we've given them the comfort of the idea that it's going to be okay. It's going to be saved, even though everybody knows it's not. This world is dying. The sun is not going to save everything. It's just going to prolong an inevitable. But at the same time, this world's going to die, but Niko's either going to be stuck here or he's not. Does Niko have to know? If you save him, will he know? That's the thing. I don't know. And, like, I don't want to burden him with the grief that this whole world died because he wanted to go home. He might not have to know. I would prefer that he didn't have to know. But I think this game, at the very least, is going to end up with him knowing that it broke. But maybe he will leave with the thought that maybe they'll be okay. Maybe the sun, if it wasn't going to do anything, it breaking is not the end of the world, even though it is technically, according to everybody. It just sucks. Because I'm pretty sure Niko would want to save people. But he's just a little kid. And he didn't ask for this. He needs to go home. He needs to go see his mama. He needs to go see the wheat. I'm glad I went back. Because you know who sent me a message. So... you actually made it here. I guess you win, Sema. I'll tell you how to save the world, then. When you reach the summit, when you reach the summit, shatter the light bulb, and... Game not working? No game working? What do you mean? Oh, game was working. There is an entity that communicates to me purely through pop-up windows that, unfortunately, because of the way I have the game set up, is not visible. But yeah, we are near the end of the game, and we have to decide to save the world or trap a child here. Though a different entity... Oh, wait. I see what's going on. So there's this thing called the Entity that has been guiding us through this whole journey. And it is telling us that if we shatter this light bulb at the top of this tower we're going up, we will save the world. A different person, who I believe is known as the author, communicated to us through a series of, like, weird pages I had to open up and, like, find in, like, the game files, that the Entity wants this world to die, is obsessed with killing this world and wanting to go out. But the author was transparent with us that, yeah, if you put the light bulb up there, this little kid, Niko, is going to be stuck here. Shattering the light bulb frees the kid. Installing the light bulb traps the kid and doesn't necessarily save the world. And so the Entity is trapping us here, where the Entity is trying to get us to kill the world and free the kid. The kid who was trapped here to begin with And my heart is saying, free this kid. Do not trap this kid here. As much as it sucks to maybe make him feel like everything died because of him. It did not. He got saddled with a fate he should not have been saddled with. Door's locked. Locked. Also, I know I was gonna eat... I know I said I was going to be eating my pesto salmon after this. I really am suddenly in the mood for some Chef Boyardee ravioli that I have a can of. I may chase that desire. Oh, we got another pop-up. I'm just humoring you. I know you've been getting help from a certain someone. He already told you about the choice, didn't he? So Taco Bell cravings went away. They did. It's also nearly 10. And yeah, the cravings have moved elsewhere. I'll get Taco Bell another day. I have to go to the office on Wednesday. I may pick some up on the way home. But it's at midnight. You have your power back. Celebrate that. Celebrate that. Go ham. Stay up late. Oh, fuck. Are you still planning to save the world, Sema? Why are you trying so hard for this? Have you even figured out what this world is? I'm celebrating and speedrunning. What are you speedrunning? It's going on 1 a.m. You have an exam tomorrow on it. You don't have an excuse to still be up. You have stats tomorrow. Go to bed. Okay, so yeah, every time the background goes lines, I'm being communicated to by the entity. I told you at the beginning, your mission is to help Niko leave. Because Niko isn't part of this world. Niko is the only thing worth saving here. Interesting. So this entity wants the world to die, but not to the point of extra things to go. Oh, fuck, I closed out the tab. I clicked the window at the wrong time. ... The final choice is up to you. I can't go against my programming. Oh. So it's like a robot or a non-tamed one. Interesting. So it won't kill the world if Niko's here, but it will if Niko's gone. My exam is until 6:30 p.m. Okay, you're fine then. I'm in a TTRPG stream that I didn't know if I'd be able to be in. I still have the power. I can be in it, so I had to read my cake. Ah, I see. Speedrun, I believe in you. I feel like characters that are made quickly end up being some of the best. I still to this day, my rogue Foxglove, simply adore her. God, was she made in a flurry of just being like, put pigs into holes. Things are going to be whatever the instinct is and run with it. You love something cobbled together. It makes beautiful things. One of these days I'll tell the story of Nightmare Game and my level 28 paladin fighter bard that ended up getting made over the course of 3 years that nearly ended the game at one point, because the DM just let a thing happen. And I didn't realize how dangerous the choice was. I had the character in mind already, but I need to finish it out and make it whole. It's awful and terrible. But awful and terrible things are the best. They invoke emotion. I've heard tales of this game. It was an interesting game. It's a high level D&D. And I since then adore low level D&D. It was convoluted, but interesting. You don't often get to do high level D&D like that. You only have one shot, Sema. They said the name of the game. Oh, Hermes, you must see this. I've just been reading these pop-ups from the entity, But this one earlier, after it had been like, oh, you've gotten to the end, go to bed and don't come back. The entity was very much like, hey, we're kicking you out of here. I'm kicking you out of here and you can't come back. Fuck you. And then I figured out how to get back into the game. And I got this message. It's so good. It's literally that photo of the cat that like knocked over plants and just gets grabbed. They were pissed. It was so good. It just got grabbed by the computer. I was sitting here like, hee hee, ha ha. Go fuck yourself, kid. Go fuck yourself, entity. I'm back in it, baby. And if you choose to smash the light bulb, then Niko wakes up back home, like it was all a dream. But if you let Niko return the sun, the child would have to bear the weight of the sacrifice. Listen, man, I've already decided this kid's going home. At least, tell Niko the truth. No, I want Niko to go home and think it was just a dream. You do care about Niko, don't you? This game is not aware of the fact that I am dedicated to get Niko home. Niko's gonna go home and have a good EBs. Yeah, the kid can get therapy. I've had a dream before that I thought was a real event until multiple years later. We've all had those. Sure is taking a while. I guess this elevator leads to the top of the tower, Sema. God, this elevator's scary. Are you excited, Sem? No, I'm sad. We're finally gonna save the world. I have ones that I'm still unsure if they were real or not. I had one, I literally had to ask my parents about it because I like, to this day, I can still remember the house that we stayed at, like the layout. Like you walk in, you turn to the left, and there's like a table and a couch. Like to the left and to the right, there's this kitchen. And through that gets to like a master bedroom and a bathroom to the left. But if you go out like this like door with some like lattice on the window in the kitchen, leads to this like private garden where there's like a hot tub outside and like a big lattice over the top. And I don't remember anything else about the trip besides arriving, seeing that room, and walking through that door out to the hot tub. Like the only memories are arriving there, and it's like almost like dim blue lighting that everything is in. And then outside is still that like cool blue lighting, but I could see everybody at the hot tub. And that's it. And I remember where on like the road into the town over it was. But for like a couple years when we go by there, I would like look. And I would be like, how did we get to the house though? How did we get there? And it's just this dream that I've only had it once. Like I've had dreams sometimes where I've like had them more than once. But this was just like a one-off thing that is just so vivid in my memory of happening. And it's like, it's not like it's changed over time. It's been the same every time. The cool blue lighting, the layout, the kind of like simple but like cottagey feel. It's weird. But part of my brain still thinks it's real, even though I know it's not. A lot of things don't make sense for it to have been real, but it's hard to not. I don't dream often first person. That's a big thing too. Which is funny because most of the time when I remember dreams, that's because it was in first person. And I know it's for real this time, because you're here. And then don't do my chords. I'll get to go home for real this time, too. I can't wait to see everyone again. Are you okay, Sema? You seem a little quiet. Oh. Can I lie? Can I lie? maybe I can lie. Yeah? I need to tell you something. I'm listening. We can't save both. Huh? The world. And you. Huh? What's that supposed to mean, Summer? To send you home, we must break the light bulb. What? But won't that end the world? Yeah. I don't want that to happen. So, what happens when we save the world? What happens to me? I don't know. You don't? Wonder if that house you remember is based off a place you really were, but your brain just filled the gaps since it's an old memory. That's possible, honestly. That would make a lot of sense. I can't think of anything, but I mean, it's been so long. That's likely it. It's kind of like how I don't believe this theory, but I've heard this theory before that's like, oh, you can't dream of a face you've never seen before. Maybe it's like that, where it's like I might not remember it. I've had similar things happen. Memories are weird. Yeah, dreams are weird. I've had bizarre dreams over the years. Not much recently, though, which has normally been a sign for me that I've been sleeping better, which is good. Okay, Niko. Please let me break the light bulb. My dreams have gotten so much more vivid and realistic since I started taking antidepressants. And they're almost always in first person. The world below looks so small. I found over the years that the more I'm able to have vivid dreams, it's a sign that I'm having bad sleep. Because typically what would happen is I would sleep, and then I would kind of wake up at 6, 7 in the morning, and then I would fall back to sleep, and that's when I would have a pretty vivid dream. Almost always it would be a bad dream of some degree, typically in first person. So I've technically taken as an indicator of if I'm having a bad dream, it's a sign that I'm not sleeping well or I'm sleep deprived. Which these past few months I haven't really had any dreams, which is nice. Can we stall any further? They're turning back now. The corn was for nothing. Hey, it's cool you have a built-in sleep quality indicator. If only I'd listened to it years ago instead of paying $60-80 to go talk to a psych who said, hey, you don't have ADHD probably, but you definitely have insomnia. Work on that. So this is where the sun belongs. If I put the sun in here, we'll be able to save the world, right? But if I want to go home, I'll have to break it. Oh. Sema? What should I do? Oh. What's the right thing to do? Ah. Oh my goodness. There's no right thing. There isn't a right thing, but you have to take care of yourself, bud. You don't deserve to have this choice placed on you. Oh. We gotta get you home, bud. We don't know what death of this world means. We don't know. You shouldn't have to do any of this. You should go home. Niko's gonna ask for this responsibility. He didn't! He's just a little guy! He's so small! You gotta go home! No decision's the right one. You gotta go home. Not should it be on the shoulders of a bad, but correct. Go home. Go home. I trust your judgment, Sema. The window shook. Sema? What happened? It's very dark in here. Oh! I can see a light at the end of this passage. Is it one of my lights up there? One of these? One of them's? How high can it go? Not very high. I think you hear a voice too. Mama? I can hear her calling me. Go home. Go home to Mama. All I need to do is pass through this wall. Oh my god, it runs through the ferry. Pass through this wall. It's the bottom of the game window. They're literally trapped in the game. They gotta get out of here. Get out of here, bud. You got this. All I need to do is pass through this wall. I'll finally go home again. Sema, I guess this is goodbye. I'm glad I got to meet you. I'm glad I got to meet you too, Niko. You have a good life, okay? I'll miss you. Mwah. Go home to Mama. Tell her I said hi. Thank you for everything. They literally walked off my screen. They literally walked down. They escaped the window. Oh my god. Oh, the world is dying. Night Margin, that's who I follow on Twitter, I think. The artist. Oh, the game is returning to graphics. The prisoner is escaping. Mason George's design. I definitely want to replay this because I'm curious what the other ending is. Night Margin did the soundtrack too? Damn. Additional tracks. I never got to do anything with this t-shirt that I got earlier. God, part of me just wants to start Googling things and seeing what happens. Another part of me is just like, play it again, play it again. Oh. That was a fun time. I liked that. Also curious if the game remembers your past. That's another thing too. I don't know if it does that. It's like part of me is like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. And there's part of me that doubts that it does do that because I feel like I would have heard about that as well. But I think I can see a situation where Undertale was more of a thing because of it, because there was more consequences. This might be different, but I would have to either look it up or play again. Aw, the room. Ooh. Got one last message. Fatal error. Savior not found. Shutting down. Damn. Damn. Let me get to the chatting screen because I think that's it. Actually, no. We can test something. Let me turn the game back on. Let me see. Oh. I opened it up again and it said Savior not found, shutting down. So it does remember. I'm reading all your files. Let me go to the chatting screen. Oh, I'm too high up. I'm using the wrong 3D thing. There we go. Still short. I think I just got used to being tall. I wonder if it's gonna delete itself. It doesn't Doesn't necessarily mean it's deleted itself, but it certainly is done. I think I'm short. Why am I short right now? What's happening? Let me adjust me. I can push me up. Let me do this. There we go. Let me save this as the new. Save. Yeah. But yeah, that's video game. What's that? Stretch time. Thank you for the stretch, Redeem. Oh my god, I've been doing a lot of effort recently to minimize shrimping. Okay. Now I feel too tall. Oh my goodness, let me just readjust that real quick. Maybe that's better. That was good. That was a good game. I'm gonna look at the achievements real quick, because I don't know what they are. I don't even have most of them. I have half of them. Ever since I saw a candid picture of my back slouched, I have tried to be so conscious about sitting straight. Oh, God, that is such a mood. I would hate to see my posture. But we have 5 out of 11 achievements. I have Chaotic Evil, Shock, We Write at Dawn, Bookworm, and Pancakes. All are roughly around in the range of 60 to 40%. Let me see global achievements. Okay, so I have most of the normal ones. There's something I'm missing. There's a hidden achievement. Return. I tried to, though. I opened game and I closed game and I opened it and it didn't come back. Can I open it in here? One of them has to be choosing to save the world. I mean, I didn't get an achievement for setting Niko free, though. That's the thing. There wasn't an achievement for the ending. But I opened the Clover up. And I got something. Where are you, varmint? We got a thing. Looks like you completed your mission in the world. And I understand. I know you wish to return. But the entity called itself OneShot for a reason. That restriction was implemented a long time ago. Removing it is impossible now. At least for me. I do not know the full extent of your powers, so pardon me if this sounds foolish. But if you would be so kind to test something out for me. A log of your saved progress may exist somewhere in your machine, maybe even in the same location as the journal you're reading now. If this saved progress log takes the form of a file, perhaps you can manipulate it. Try removing it from its current location. A simple deletion will do. Again, I apologize for not knowing the extent of your full powers. If what I described confuses you, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I don't know where the save log is. I don't know. I don't know where it is. Oh my gosh, I do not know. I'm trying to think, because there's a data section. Maybe just... blah, 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 blah. Maybe it's just resetting it by deleting the saves. Maybe. I feel like I think a point to what you were saying earlier. I feel like it's gonna track something. The thing is I don't see any files that look like a save, like save data. I'm trying to think what would be save data. I'm trying to think if there's, because there's not pretty easily labeled. Data. Is anything saved tonight? No. Save data. Just a bunch of maps. Map. Scripts, skills, states. System, troops, scripts. I'm always cautious about just deleting shit. If the save progress log takes the form of a file, manipulate it. Try removing it from its current. Just try removing it. So removing it's possible. I think they would label it more clearly because they haven't been. Save data. Let's Google real quick. I think it's gotta be in the same location. OneShot game, where is the save data? Where's the save log? OneShot cloud saves. No. Where's my save file? Can't find it. It was supposed to be in the main or data. Isn't there. I think I saw it once, but it disappeared. What is save's name file and where should I look? Should be document my games. Oh. Falling asleep. You go bad. Also, it is in a completely different area. It's in documents. Where do you mean document? Oh, it literally made a section. Okay. There it is. There's the bastard. Okay, I'm just gonna move you to downloads because that's easiest. Yeah, fucking yoinked. Okay, so it literally made a thing called save data. That's funny. Good night, take care of yourselves. Good night, thank you for hanging out. Go to bed. Good luck with the character building tomorrow. We're gonna open the game. We're going back. We're going back, Marty. This game thought it was done with me. It ain't. It ain't close to done. The clover didn't change. No, it did not. Okay. We're still good. You come back here. So more people have returned to the game in theory than I've read all the books in the library. That's hilarious. Where'd you go? It's somewhere in the computer. Something happened. It's open, but it says not responding. But it returned. Guess let me close it. I'm letting it see if it'll correct itself. The problem is with shit like this is like, I don't know if this is intended or not. Let me open up the clover again. Nope, just a clover. Close the program. Okay. Oh. Okay. About now. Clover? Nothing. Okay. I don't think... Steam... Why are you not working? What are you looking at? Oh, this isn't it. That's why. OneShot. Where are you? OneShot. The game can't open all. No, it is. It's open. I'm curious if you can tell on your end, because I'm curious. Is this a game you're supposed to replay? Because I could see it being like that. Now that the game is done, I'm gonna shift this over. Because somehow this got shifted. Okay. I think I'll wrap it up for here now, though, because if this is a game that's supposed to be replayed, we're not doing that tonight. We simply are not going to do that. And I got the reward for. Got the thing for coming back. I would be surprised if it was a thing where it was like, "Hey, return," and then don't do anything, and then that's it. But yeah, that was fun. That was good. That was the point and click combined things together. Not really my style. The digging through files and all this whack shit. Love it. I don't see anything about specifically replaying. Okay. Okay. I might do some research then, just to see if it's worth playing through, because there's. Now I have more than half of the achievements. Let me see the global stuff. Okay, so there's stuff called Rebirth, which is a side quest. OneShot, which is back to its roots. Ram Whisperer, which is herd rams with ease, which I guess just means don't fuck up the ram thing. Secret, which is a bunch of question marks. And then Extreme Bartering, which is exhaust all possibilities, are we? Which I think is with the barter in the Glen. But yeah, these would have to require another playthrough, probably. Which, I don't know if I would do that on stream. It would depend on if it, like, seems like there is something pretty interesting to find via replay. But if you're not seeing anything implying that, then probably not. Probably just me fart around on my own. But yeah. Let me see if there's anybody to raid right now, but that might be it for the night. I think you're right, all the other achievements appear to just be little side things. Yeah. I figured that was probably the case, but I'm pretty happy that of all the things that I got, I was able to set up the corn, even if the world ended up dying after that. I do want to see what happens when you just leave Niko there, but it would require a whole playthrough that, in theory, could be pretty quick. This game doesn't seem to take very long if you know what to do. It's a lot of just figuring it out. But yeah, that's a stream. Thank you. Mimi tried to jump onto the chair and biffed it hard. Everybody point left. Thank you for staying up late with me. I hope your exam goes well tomorrow. Yeah, Mimi's cringe. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. I'm streaming again Wednesday. In theory, I might also be hitting the finale of Unpacking as well. Hilariously, maybe wrapping up 2 games this week. But we will see. But yeah, that's a stream. Have a good night. Sleep well. Give the kitties kisses for me. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.